The following podcast contains opinion and commentary protected under the First Amendment and fair use, as well as the public records and freedom of information laws. The content may include adult themes, concepts, or language not suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
We've got the best seats way up high, where the egos fall and the jokes can fly. We've seen it all, the triumphs, the flops, and we'll clap real slow when the curtain drops. We love the drama, crave the show, but darling, someone's gotta let them know. We're two snarky gay bitches, serving truth from the start, with a wink, a drink, and no filter at all. From curtain rise to curtain call, we'll roast your face, we'll drag them all. Two snarky gay bitches, and we're having a ball. Your monologue's tragic, your timing's a wreck, your costume's screaming, ooh, cut the check. But don't be bitter, we tease with love, we heckle like angels from up above. We're not mean, we're just observant, seasoned, shady, and a bit subversive. If honesty hurts, then fetch the gauze. We're critics, darling, not Santa Claus. We're two snarky gay bitches, high on sass and applause. When the spotlight fades, we'll still steal the cause. So if you're brave, come take the stage, but don't act shocked when we engage. Two snarky gay bitches.
Welcome, everyone, back to your favorite cubbyhole on the internet. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday midweek to you all. There are, in fact, two snarky gay bitches here today. It's true. There really are. Here's the party of the second part, as you might expect. Our regular and favorite, Mr. Jeep Daddy. Happy Wednesday.
Hi, Echoes.
Have you been humped enough by the corporate system?
Oh.
Speaking of hump days.
So sore. So terribly sore. Bastards can't even find it in their budgets to use lube anymore. It's really disappointing.
Well, I'm not a big fan of raw dogging anything, even the internet. So it's, I'd say be smart, use protection, use whatever you need. Even if you have to front some cash yourself to make it happen.
That's okay. I lube from the other direction and it all ends up just fine.
I'm told that's called social lubrication.
Yes, that's one term and one very useful thing for this.
Everyone needs a crutch and or a vice. For some people, it could be both.
Yours is what? Because yours isn't this. Yours is chocolate. Right?
I'm trying to find a new one since I'm not supposed to enjoy quite so many sugary things anymore. It could be sugar-free chocolate, but it doesn't have the same zing.
True, but you're limiting my ability to bribe you for things if you give that vice up. So I'm gonna need you to find it. I need you to find another one. Okay,
please. I need to find something else in which to bribe and blackmail you with.
Yes, obviously.
If I find one, I'll let you know.
Oh, thanks.
Because I know there will be a long line of people in which to bribe and blackmail me.
Yeah,
you'll probably be at the front of that line, of course, but. That's what friends are for.
Do my best. That is what friends are for.
And Bruce very aptly says, raw dog booze is just a scotch neat. I can't opine.
But I'm not doing neat this evening. Like the second round is on the rocks.
Does that make it dirty?
I don't know.
No, that's something else. Oh, God. Okay. I shouldn't even go there.
Oh, my. Good.
Oh.
Echoes. This is
Oh,
a
I know.
family
This is a family
show.
show.
Oh
Yeah,
my!
sure. If it were a family show, I wouldn't need the disclaimer at the beginning, would I?
and you wouldn't need to be considering
No.
updating it at some point anyway, right? Yeah.
No. Well, with recent events, it seems like it would be prudent to do so. So tonight, everybody, we've got a full plate of things, not the least of which being the latest with our buddy Rob, I suppose you could say. Hey, Rob. Rob has his own channel in which he has been. It's not even a deep dive. It's the great plunge, just constantly talking about Laura Owens. But Rob, of course, has been a great contributor to the conversation as a resident of the Valley area, sort of around Phoenix, I guess. He's been picking up documents and going to, as an observer, which is his legal right to do. The public is not excluded from attending court, even if it has nothing to do with them. People can observe court. It's a public institution. It is a public judicial institution. And I think it being open to the public is constitutionally guaranteed. So there's all those kinds of things.
As far as I know, I mean, if you just wanted to go spend your day hanging out at the court, you can totally do
People
that.
do. I mean, I've only done it under duress of having to serve jury duty, but
Well, there is that.
I think I've done 4 bouts of jury duty in the last 10 or 15 years, and I've always come like within 1 or 2 spots of being called for a case, but I've always just missed it. And of course, it always pisses off the boss because I'm not around to be, subjugated to abuse and slavery.
He can get over it.
Can't you get out of that? It's like, well, would you like to call up the judge and tell them why you should think I should be excluded from the laws and civic duties like everybody else? I'm sure they'll hear you out and say, okay, because you're his boss, we won't call him in. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
No.
Best of luck with
Actually,
that.
I like it. I enjoyed the whole process, even though I didn't get to see all of it. But I think I'd make a great juror. I'd probably
only been
piss off
called-
at least one side or the other.
I've been called a few times, but they've been a little slow. Sometimes I've moved out of the county or the jurisdiction where they've called me. And then I couldn't get out of the most recent series, even though I was called for a jurisdiction that I don't live in. But apparently here in lovely Washington state, jury pools are picked from the county voter records and not the municipality with minor courts, not major courts. So
So if you haven't re-registered necessarily.
Well, if you have, but the good example would be like Seattle, big city, right? It's like the courts there are going to be major. There's a big population, etc. Where I
a lot of
live,
people.
that's not that big. Then they don't have as big of a pool of people, residents within the actual city. I am not a resident of a city. I'm in unincorporated counties.
Oh, yeah.
But because those are minor courts, they can pull from the entire county's voter records. So because my driver's license has a certain city in it, that city was like, oh, hey, you can come and suffer for 2 days. For 2 days, the way they do it is 2 days in a row, and then you skip a week, and then you're on for 2 days in a row as well. So Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever, and then 2 weeks, Wednesday, Thursday, and you're just in the pool, I guess, of whatever.
You sit and wait until you're dismissed.
Correct.
And if you win the lottery there, then lucky you.
I guess so. My lotto came up because there was no cases to be heard those days, so we were not required to appear.
Oh, pity.
But we got the check mark that we served because it wasn't our fault.
As is required.
Yeah. I did my civic duty.
Yes. Well, you can tick that box off until you get drafted again.
Basically, yeah.
It does sort of feel like a draft lottery. But so too does getting targeted by Laura Owens, it seems. And hey, Rob,
The shit lotto, really.
is the latest lucky winner of such a drawing. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying some of this topic about Laura serving Rob with an injunction for harassment troubles me a great deal, not the least which being the implication of chilling free speech. But there is a newer piece to that, which comes to us courtesy of Justice for Clayton on the Instagram. And this disturbed me a little bit more. I don't listen to everything Rob does. I'm not sure many do because he is just on it all the time. I don't know how that man has time to do that. I don't know if he has a job he has to worry about or those kinds of things, but
how does he have the vocal cords to do that?
I don't know. I couldn't. I'm kind of
do
done
that.
after one of these. I mean, 2 hours, 3 if I'm pushing it, and we've got a full tankard, folks, tonight, so I'm ready to rock and roll for however long this takes. But I was troubled by what was posted. Well, I woke up to it this morning, to be quite honest, by Justice for Clayton Official, and it was a clip of something Rob had said. And I'm not sharing this to put the fingers on one side of the justice scale or the other, but I think it is important that when we speak about these topics, that we're doing so, yes, sure, we can share our opinions and our beliefs and even our speculations. That's constitutionally protected under the First Amendment. But where I would caution people is when they start to become a little bit too casual or flippant in some of their commentary, that could be misconstrued. And it's my opinion, and again, I'm not speaking as a legal scholar, I don't practice in that area. I think Rob has kind of flirted with some things that aren't to better light and knowledge. And it certainly doesn't do this community better when that sort of verbiage. What's the word? Is it hyperbole? That's not the right word, is it? I'm grabbing for a word and I'm not getting anything. When just that casualness of speech, perhaps to be entertaining. Maybe. Yeah, maybe flippant is the right word.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share this with you because this was shared on the Instagrams. This is, in fact, from Justice for Clayton Official. I screen captured it early this morning. Jeep Daddy has seen a preview, so you're not going to get a reacts video from him today. But I shared it and went, this isn't good. So, and it's important to talk about because I think we owe it to ourselves as being a community searching for truth and fact that we also do a little self-policing when some things kind of go awry. And again, I'm not here to bust Rob's balls. By no means am I. I think he stepped in it enough, and he kind of realizes that now. I watched Rob last night on Laura Knighty's channel, The Court of Random Opinion, for I think it was about 2-hour stream. And he made some statements, and he pretty much said, and I'll summarize, that things that are written out, and we'll go over the filing that was filed against him by one indicted succubus of Scottsdale. Yes, Laura, we can call you names. That is protected under the First Amendment. So tough shit there. And I'll fight that one in court myself if I have to. And I'll kind of sue for damages. So not that you're worth anything, Laura, because we know that. But I'll still protect myself. I'm not an idiot. Well, God, I've just derailed myself already. We're not even 20 minutes in.
It's not even my fault.
Holy shitballs.
For the record, for everybody live and replay crew, this is not my fault this time.
Yes, no, it's not his fault. And Alex is saying Rob was being sarcastic, freedom of speech. And, and again, as someone who does not practice in law, that's between him and his attorney. And I'm not here to bust his balls, and I'm not here to point the finger of judgment, because we all kind of step in it a little while when we don't intend to. Sometimes we say things that aren't accurate. Sometimes there are things we don't mean. Sometimes there are hyperbole or sarcasm, whatever it may be. That's for Rob and his lawyers. I'm not going to make a judgment there. I'm just going to share the information and just share that I was a little bit troubled by what I heard. Because it does, I think, from my viewpoint, and again, this is my opinion, I think it does reflect not so well on some of the rest of us who are talking about this. Now, I'm not taking anything upon myself by saying that, but Rob has to speak for himself, and if he takes some things, then that's for the courts to decide. It's not for me to judge, and that's just about where I have to stand on it. But I wanted to present what Justice for Clayton Official, hashtag Clayton's Justice on Instagram, did say and what they shared, because it's out there too. Now, I should also add to that before we get into the other documents, and I'll bring all this up in just a second. So hold on to your britches, that all of the videos and lives that are complained about in the injunction complaint, Rob has taken down from his YouTube channel. I went and looked, I verified that. That's how things stand as of this time. Somewhere, what are we, about 10:22 Eastern Standard Time. So that's how things stand, which also, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to speculate too much there. Maybe his lawyer suggested he remove some things until they get this resolved. But I'm also concerned about the free speech issue, that what Laura is demanding be done. So those, I'm trying to balance that, okay, he said some things which are edgy. Rob likes to be edgy. And that's him. That's whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, being crass, being rude. That's who he is. He's not shy about getting out there. But some of the stuff that JFC official brought out did also kind of raise that yellow flag for me. So that today's color behind me, folks, is yellow. A word of caution. So all of the standard disclaimers apply. I'm going to bring up this now. I think all the check boxes are checked, and it comes with a trigger warning from Justice for Clayton official. Hit play. There we go.
There's no audio coming through my earbuds. I don't know if the audience can hear any audio or not.
Is there no audio?
I can't hear the audio track.
Oh, bother.
Chat, what's
bother.
Going on? Oh, bother.
Oh, bother. I've been fighting with this for 20 minutes already. I don't know. If the auto's not working, well, the subtitles are there. So Rob is essentially making a comment, responding to someone who is in chat. And he talks about things that could essentially happen if Laura's incarcerated. I think that's the standard thing there.
And the irony, I think that was also the irony of her accusations about what has happened outside of the jails with Clayton and others, that have been completely fake and fabricated. And his point in the end was, God, wouldn't that just be ironic if it actually happened when it was there?
Yeah. Again, I'm not here to bust his balls. I want to give him all benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to second guess him, because that's why we have court systems. And, if Laura wants to make a case out of that, which she is trying to do, then we have means to handle that. So Rob has a lawyer. If you feel so inclined to give to Rob's legal defense fund, it's out there. I had it up for a while. I've removed it for the time being because I'm sitting in an awkward place with it. And I'm not so full of myself to say that I find what JFC was sharing and that clip of him, for me, is awkward. It may not be awkward to other people. That's fine. Everyone can have their position on it. I'm not here to try and persuade you to any particular side at all. It's just something that's out there. It caught me. I felt something. I was a little disturbed by it. And to give full context of where some of this comes from, that's an example that one could point to of, well, okay, was that the best way to say things? Maybe not. But again, he's got a right to his freedom of speech and to exercise that as he so sees fit. Now, that's, if he errs in that judgment, that is for the judicial system to decide, not Laura Owens, really none of us. We can have our opinions on it, but that's where things are at. So let's see. Now I have to twiddle a lot of buttons. Did you want to make any comment to what I shared with you earlier about that clip?
Yeah, and I know that there's some comments flying through to the chat, so I'll kind of try and address some of these at the same time. Yes, there is, depending, okay, so what is lewd and what isn't is certainly very, very subjective, because somebody who comes from potentially a more, puritanical or, more conservative religious background may not have the same opinion as those who come from a hippie compound sort of co-op living situation about what's lewd or what's not. So that's very, very subjective to that. I am absolutely a free speech sort of person. I am not a hate speech person, but I also recognize that free speech, or the freedom of speech, does not always necessarily equal freedom from consequence. I don't think there was I don't think there was an egregious sin that was committed here. I think that this is another attempt of LO to go and try and find any grounds to try and quash those who are bringing this story and all of her nonsense and bullshit to the surface. That said, I think that was a little in poor taste to joke about that topic matter because the R word is a very serious matter for many people and extraordinarily violating, when that occurs. So I think it was an extraordinarily poor taste, whether it's lawsuit worthy or not. Nah, I don't know. I mean,
I think it's pretty weak.
I think it
it's
is
pretty
too.
weak from a lawsuit standpoint.
I don't, I don't disagree with that. I mean, because there's other cases out there, like the old adage about like, screaming fire in a crowded theater, like that. You can't, I mean, you can't do that. All right. That's dumb. You can't do that. I think that there was an absurdity around what was being presented here of the irony around fake pregnancy after fake pregnancy after fake pregnancy, and then suddenly like she's going to get locked up, and then suddenly there's going to be like a real one because
because things happen.
Things may happen. I think he was pointing out the way I interpret it. I just think he was pointing that out as sort of like an ironic thing of, gee, wouldn't that be stupid if that were to actually happen in reality? And when she was faking it the whole time, and yet like, and she gets to that point, and then suddenly it's a thing.
Yeah.
But I just like, and I think to comment, just to touch on him taking content down, I don't think that's unprecedented, and I hope it's just like not deleted. I mean, if there's a lawsuit that's involved with something and it's like publicly facing, there is certainly multitudes of examples of where people would temporarily take that down until the legal process has worked its way through the system. So I'm not reading at all into that stuff being taken down. It's probably just been switched to private. So it's like, yeah, it's still there, and it'll come back like if he gets cleared and all that stuff. But I'm not here to pass any sort of that judgment. Yes, Bruce, YouTube can take things down. I mean, I can get on another rant about AI moderation policies and how YouTube and Instagram and all of these other big platforms have outsourced this to large language models, which is a huge, massive mistake and an error, because no human will ever. Let's be real. No human is ever going to look at that because they fired all those people and they've turned it over to the robots because that's cheaper. But it doesn't mean that they're accurate. But that's the way some of this crap goes. And my bet here is that there was a content policy violation. Rob was forced to take down that particular video, and then subsequently, because of the legal thing, took down the other videos that were related to it at the advice of legal counsel.
Yeah, and I don't want to overly speculate because I don't know the reasons for some of that stuff being down. It may be because of this. It may be for other reasons. That's his prerogative. He doesn't have to explain itself to me.
Yeah.
But I did.
Like we had our thing when we were looking at that Jubilee thing or whatever some weeks ago when you were tormenting me with Mormon shit. Mm-hmm. Like Echoes got our live stream was cut off, subsequently cleared because fuck you. But
yeah, because it was just a false flag. Mm-hmm. I had a thought and I lost it. But what I did want to cover is, to answer Leanne, oops, come on, if I can click the button. Did he use the R word? In that clip, he did. And in full fairness to Rob, I wanted to go back and see if I could find the source of that video. But all of the things that Laura complained about in her injunction narrative has been taken down by Rob. So there are specific episodes and episode numbers and titles. All of those things are for the time being not available to access, or at least not from his page. If you have links, maybe, I don't know. Because whenever I see someone sharing just a clip, it's incumbent upon me to get the context of that clip. So I was trying to go back to see if I could source where that clip, that JFC Instagram, pulled it from, see what was around it, give it a suitable buffer in the conversation for proper context. Because Rob, to his credit, on Lauren's channel last night, said that a number of things that Laura claims are out of context. They are cherry-picked, or there were a few times where he opted not to make a comment on it, and that would be for his lawyers to talk about. So I think my only thing is, folks, be careful. please, for yourselves. Don't give Laura the ammunition she needs, please. Just don't do it. I'm not saying censor yourself, but don't go too far, right? I don't know. I'm just making a big mess of this, am I? As I want to do.
Look, it's a messy situation, right? Because like we're treading like this gets up to that edge of like what's, I guess, okay to say and not, and like sarcasm or not aside, like I can be sarcastic as all hell, but like it doesn't mean that my language or anything, given the scenario and the nuances around it, is appropriate to do at that time.
Yeah, and I should probably fully flesh out, since the audio apparently is not working for reasons I don't understand with StreamYard and using Media Player. I'll have to figure that one out. That's my first time trying to use Media Player with StreamYard, so I don't know. But yes, the context of that clip and that content was in response to a comment on one of Rob's streams, and his response was, again, and this is what I heard in that clip, was, well, if Laura were to be pregnant, it would be while she's in jail being assaulted by jail staff, was the paraphrasing of it. Which, for me, that's not my taste. Again, he can be a shock jock. He can be Howard Stern. I mean, God knows Howard Stern is a lot worse. But he's been sued for it. So, there is kind of the other side to that. That is the balance. If someone feels that, remarks you say cross those boundaries, they can go after you civilly. So, and Laura's trying to do that. And, of course, in good Laura fashion, she's trying to make an even bigger stink out of it than just that. So should I carry on?
I mean, so we've got, there's a couple of comments here in the chat.
Well, okay, point them out to me.
So
I'm not
Wallace,
watching comments.
I think
Wallace, do you know?
Wallace's comment, yes.
This one?
You can no, it's a little bit further
not
in
that
the
one?
I disapprove of what you say, but will defend it to the death.
There it is.
That I agree with that. Where that ends for me personally is if it causes harm or if it causes some like again the screaming fire in a crowded theater, or like causing a greater harm to the public. That's the line for me that gets crossed, that I can't, or I should say that I would caution that person from not saying that. And that kind of leads into Bruce's comment there, that they can do and say what they want, whatever the consequence that entails. Keyword being whatever that consequence entails. Freedom of speech is not freedom from consequence, in my opinion.
I think that's an accurate representation.
But that's the way that I've always approached that, because I could go on rage tirades on social medias and post pages and pages and pages of stuff, just destroying people and thoughts and ideas and all that fun stuff. That wouldn't absolve me from the consequence of doing that action. So it becomes measured, and that's the sign, in my opinion, is the sign of a maturity about when and how to say these things. And
excellent.
Like again, make it does not absolve. You have to be measured, particularly when you're coming in from there's a whole slew of people here that are talking about legal things and analysis and everything like that, and that's already interesting waters to tread, especially for like amateurs like me who just likes going and finding a bunch of mud on the trail, and Echoes like drags me here and forces me to drink.
There's nothing happening on your side of the screen that isn't without your own consent. So let's be clear about that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No one's forcing you to suck in that. What is it? Is that a bourbon this evening?
This is a bourbon, and what I like to call Mormon Coke, which is 0 sugar and caffeine free.
Mormon Coke.
Mormon Coke.
Oh, that's great. Let's see. There's some other good thoughts here. Since you've kind of, Bruce has got a great thought. People can do what they want with whatever consequence that entails, but the advice would be to be careful and measured. I concur, Sir Moose. And wherever you have traveled to via the airplanes, I hope you're having a great trip. Allegedly, Bruce was on a plane yesterday.
It's like
I don't know
I
where
think
to. I don't know Bruce's whereabouts. I'm not stalking Bruce. And he also says,
so.
let's see, what? Go ahead.
No. Go ahead,
I was just going to read this one. See, for
please.
example, you could lose an audience or you could get hit with an IAH or defamation. Depends on the details. Yeah, sure does.
Yeah, it's like Kimball. The quote here or the comment. You guys are taking the clip out of context of the whole video. The whole video is no longer available for us to actually look at and analyze, right? It has been taken. We've already talked about this. It has been taken down and or made offline. We aren't able to look at even offline. Doesn't
Exactly.
matter whether it's a live stream or stop. It's not there. So this is all we have, and this is like we are talking about the injunction. We're talking about what LO is accusing Rob of saying and doing. So yes, we are only talking about this clip because that's what we have to work with right now. And that's about as much of the like from a reactionary perspective, like I'm coming into this and watching because I'm not a regular consumer of Rob's videos. I can't, like my brain cannot handle that level of input and do like my 9 to 5 and all that fun stuff. So yes, this is about that clip.
Yeah.
And
I think generally, well, I hate using LY words. See, Jack Fox has ruined me now. Anytime I use words like that, I'm thinking, oh shit, I just said another LY word. I do support Rob's absolute right to talk about this case. And I absolutely, there's another LY word. I support his efforts in going to the courthouse and being in attendance and bringing all this news and to say what he feels he needs to say in full faith and conscience. So it's not like I'm recanting any support of Rob. But as Bruce said, just advice to be mindful, be intentional what you say. And that's all I'm saying here, folks. I'm not trying to drag him through the mud with that clip that JFC Instagram posted, but it did send up my radar because it was a clip I had not seen. And again, I don't watch all of Rob's stuff. He's too regular for me. I don't have the bandwidth. I take days away from Laura Owens for my own mental well-being. And if you're not all careful, we will end this thing by me playing some blueprints for a couple hours. So there's my threat for the evening. That game has sucked me in fully. I wasn't sure it would. I watched Bruce and his buddy Indy play it a little bit. I'm fully invested, and I've already made my Room 46 run, and the first roll of the credits has occurred. So there's much more to come in this game. Oh, and it's not often I say a game has kind of pulled at the feels, but this one has.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's pulled at the feels a little bit. So
This
I may
past
torture
weekend,
everybody at the end of this. We'll see.
Echoes was trying his damnedest to get me pulled into this thing over the past weekend when we had some IRL tasks to do. And it was like, oh my God.
I might be too far along to drag you in, but we could try it and see if you're totally lost. Because I've got a good chunk of the story now. And I know there's more of the story, and I know there's more to do and to see and figure out. I've got some ideas what that might be within the story and the context of that. But I don't know. It might be worth a try just having you on a run to see how lost you are in the mechanics of the game and the backstory and all that other stuff, and just throw you off the deep end, which is even worse than when you're starting at day one.
You have a tendency of throwing me off of various deep ends with various projects.
I know.
And as I'm wont to do with you
Sink
as
or
well.
swim.
So I guess this is just how
It's
our
just
relationship
synergy.
is. Yep.
Yeah. It's very transactional. Haven't you figured that out?
Obvi. I don't like you. I
That's why
don't
you
like
try
you
and-
other. I don't like you otherwise.
That's why you try and bribe me with and blackmail me with chocolate. Okay, now to the other part of this. So that was the heavier part, folks. I just wanted to get it out there because it is out there, and I felt the need to talk about it on some level because it did prickle me a little bit, and I went, how do I feel about this? And I've spent most of the day thinking about it. But anyone wanting to talk about it, just be measured, be intelligent. Certainly don't make things up. There's enough insanity with this case. We don't need to make things up.
Yeah, we don't need more bullshit in Fantasyland. There's
No.
plenty of that provided.
No, there is-
provided by Elo and her mommy and her daddy.
Oh, sweet Jesus. There is enough Deluluville for the entire world from the Owens family. Okay, but so here's what Laura has filed against Rob. And if you've watched Lauren's stream, you have seen some of this before. They've done a read through. I will do the same, and I will torture Jeep Dad. Oh, I should
Who
just
am I
call it
again?
now. Take two. I will torture Jeep Daddy with some of the reading of this. So, this is all the standard form stuff for filing an injunction against harassment in Maricopa County. And it's Laura Owens against Hey Rob. His name is out there in the public. I'm not going to worry about redacting what isn't already redacted because Volo has done so. If something I have missed in my quick preview of this and hearing it last night escapes my gaze, I'll yank it off the screen real fast and skip past it or something. But I trust that it was an okay enough job. So this is just Laura complaining, and then we get into the narrative, which is right here. Would you like to start? Is it big enough?
Oh my God.
Do I need to make it any bigger?
It
is a few pages. Oh, have you taken off your readers?
For my poor eyes. My poor eyes.
Well, you could just get multifocal lenses like some of the rest of us.
I'm trying not to admit my age too much.
Yeah.
But that's why the computers have the Zoom thingy, so that I can just deny it until I'm
I'll
blind.
issue again some standard disclaimers and self-care needs. This does have accusations of all kinds of assaultive things. As a victim of assault myself when I was in my mid-late 20s from another man, I know what that's like. So I'm not without some compassion here and certainly some empathy. So I've told Jeep Daddy this story somewhat about certain colleagues who thought it would be funny to try and take advantage of me in a convention setting.
Yes.
And I should have called the police and I should have pressed charges. So, I was a little bit young and still under the Mormon delusion of people would never do bad things to me when that turns out not to be true. So I'm not without some awareness of being a victim of sorts. All right. Would you like to carry on?
Sure.
Take it away.
All right. So let's just start right at the top. Approximate date. Do not write on the black back or in the mark. Oh, wait, never mind. We're not going to that.
No, I was hoping you would start there. I was going to stop you if you didn't.
Well, okay, fine. Note, defendant will receive a copy of this petition. Okay, if we're really going to drain the slide. We're going to drain the slide. Okay,
if
back
you
to
insist.
being halfway serious. Okay, this is from 10 June 2024. Respondent is an online content creator with no personal, professional, or legal relationship to petitioner. Despite this, respondent has created, curated, and continues to maintain a publicly, thank you. Publicly accessible playlist consisting of more than 1,320 videos.
That's a false number.
Exclusively on the petitioner. That's a lot of goddamn videos.
He's got in total, and they're not all about her. He's got over 2,000 videos. I can't do an accurate count of how many he's made about her, nor am I going to waste the time in doing so. But I'm told on good authority that that's not an accurate number. If it is, we'll bully to him, to use a phrase the Brits say.
Yes, indeed.
I haven't come anywhere close, even with all these lives yet. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah.
I'll never catch up.
No, it's not a race. It's not a race. Anyway.
Quality over quantity.
Yes. So these videos are organized, titled, archived, and continuously updated, demonstrating intentionality, persistence, and fixation rather than incidental commentary or news reporting. Updating existing videos. Interesting tactic. Okay. All right.
Continuously
His
updated.
YouTube, continuously updated. His YouTube channel is monetized. Respondents'
that is
fixation
false, according to the channel owner.
How about that? Respondents' fixation on petitioner began after petitioner filed a paternity case against a public figure. In response, respondent aligned himself with other online content creators who organized a coordinated campaign to induce criminal prosecution against petitioner. Oh my God, it's a conspiracy. Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, well, we read in the last document all the conspiracies for Mommy Dearest, didn't we?
Ugh,
I think there might be some genetic defects here, in my not so humble opinion. Bruce says he thinks it's monetized, but wasn't on 6/10/24. Fair enough, Bruce. You probably know far better than I ever will. Thank you for that.
It takes a minute, and there's landmarks you got to get in order to be monetized. So
yeah, he's got enough people, but I just don't know. I thought he said on Lauren's stream last night that he was not, but maybe he was just referring to a particular stream. I'm not sure. I was a little bit busy chatting at people and people saying, watch out, Echoes, you're next. And no, I will not be next in Laura Owens' schemes. She will have to bring her ass here, in which case I will mop the floor with her in court. So don't even try it, Laura. That's your warning, and that's your only warning.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I've got people who would love to try her in court and just further embarrass her. I mean, she's already facing 14 felony indictments. How much more do you want to dig your hole? I mean, you've already ruined your life. You're going to be in prison, in my opinion, for a long time, if the maximum sentencing is allowed.
The gods willing.
I mean, she's done it to herself.
Yes, this is all self-imposed. All right. Well, this campaign involved distributing templated letters to Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell, demanding the petitioner's prosecution. Respondent actively amplified this effort and publicly endorsed it. Let's see, including posing with Mitchell while holding a letter demanding petitioner's prosecution within days of the paternity ruling. This conduct establishes retaliatory motive, coordination with others, and an early intent to subject petitioner to punitive state action. Following
because we the little people can force the state to prosecute her. They gotta have. This is why there's grand juries, folks. You can't just wave a flag and do a letter writing campaign and say, go get her, and they'll just do it. That's not the way the system works, you dumb bitch. God, it just...
But you can't just tweet at somebody with an @ sign and they're like, oh, okay,
go get
we're just going to go arrest her now. Okay. All right.
Talk about an authoritarian state.
Let's not even go there.
Okay, sorry. I wasn't trying to be political.
I have many opinions about that. Anyway.
Demand is a strong verb. People can ask, but the public can't demand. Laura's used to demanding. That's Laura's MO. And she's used to getting it. So that's all she knows.
What she wants. Yeah.
Mommy's little girl. Sorry. She's not daddy's little girl. She's mommy's little princess. Mommy's princess.
All right. So following this initial campaign, respondents' conduct escalated into a sustained single target course of harassment. Respondent is not engaging in general commentary to a broad audience. He is repeatedly targeting one identifiable individual by name and identity. Petitioner has not consented to respondent's fixation, monitoring, sexualized commentary, or repeated public degradation. Across respondent's videos, he addresses petitioner by name and engages in explicitly sexualized, degrading, and violent commentary, including graphic references to rape, forced sexual acts, sexual humiliation, forced pregnancy, and incarceration fantasies. Oh my God, I've lost my place.
Sorry, I was getting to the bottom and I couldn't take it anymore.
Let's see, where was I?
Middle.
Okay, there I was. These statements are not abstract hypotheticals or commentary on public issues. They are framed as imagined acts involving petitioner's body, autonomy, and punishment. When repeatedly directed at a single identifiable person, such conduct is threatening, degrading, and intimidating and exceeds constitutionally protected expression. Respondent further escalated beyond speech into actionable harassment and stalking by directing third parties to locate and monitor petitioner. Respondent instructed viewers to impersonate petitioner when contacting third parties in order to obtain her real-time whereabouts and attendance at events, and encouraged others to physically attend petitioner's locations, document her without consent, and report back to him. This constitutes proxy harassment, attempted impersonation, coordinated surveillance, and stalking behavior. Because
can we cite statute for proxy harassment, please?
I mean, I'm aware of
where is that in the Arizona statutory rules? Where is that in any Arizona law?
Yeah, there's a
He's
concept of
engaged in illegal proxy harassment.
oh my. I mean, I'm aware of what a concept of like stochastic terrorism is, but this isn't stochastic terrorism. This is just like if you're in public, you like that's a thing. You can be tracked. People can watch where you are and where you go. Like, that's just leaving your fucking house. I don't know.
Yep. No thanks, MK says he made no threats in anything I've seen last night or in the JFC clip you shared that I went back and watched. She is the only one who threatens courses and stocks, and I have to agree with that.
Well, it's the same.
At least based on what I have seen.
It seems to be the same playbook of every accusation is a confession.
I don't know. Maybe she's looking for a good Friday night. I mean, you know, some people are into some of this stuff. I'm not here to kink shame. But, you know, the idea of, hey, officer, tie me up and I know some people that would be into that. I'm not one of them. It's a little too edgy for me there, too. But sorry, I'm getting too personal.
It's a thing. But anyway, let's
to each their own.
Try and get through the rest of this.
There's more.
Oh, my God. Because respondent directs unknown third parties to locate and report petitioner's whereabouts, the risk to her safety is real and foreseeable. Respondent has also publicly acknowledged attending all of the petitioner's court hearings and monitoring her courtroom behavior and movements. While courtroom attendance alone may be lawful, respondent uses that access as an extension of harassment, emphasizing
everything. Yeah. Everything is harassment to her.
Everything is.
Saying her name is harassment. It's like saying Voldemort and she's supposed to appear. It's ridiculous. And Rob spoke to that last night. He's not directing anybody. He spoke to that. I'm not going to overly reiterate what Rob said last night. If you're curious how Rob responded to this, again, he was on Lauren Knighty's channel, The Court of Random Opinion, and they spent a great deal of time going through this and talking about it, and he gave his direct input where he felt it was appropriate. So I'd highly encourage you to visit Lauren's channel and go hear Rob's direct comments. So I will absolutely direct you there for further response on what he said. I might relate some more things that if it comes to mind, but we're just covering it for the sake of coverage.
Sure.
And the latest craziness from Laura. This is, I could use the breaking news button, but I didn't load it. It's the breaking news of the day for this case. I know. I was fighting with the video.
Let's see. Continuing along here. Emphasizing proximity and surveillance while simultaneously publishing degrading and violent commentary about petitioner online. In context, this contributes to a reasonable fear for petitioner's safety. Respondent has additionally devoted extensive broadcasts to disputing and undermining petitioner's documented medical conditions, inclling
Show me the documents. Show me the documents. There have not been any documents. And I think I can say this accurately. Ever. Show me the doctor's report. No, better yet, get the doctor as a witness who said, yes, I diagnosed them with X, Y, and Z. That has, to my knowledge, never happened.
Yeah.
And after interjecting, as I want to do, I'm going to scroll up a little bit further. Can you follow that?
Maybe.
And then I'll read the next one.
Okay, let's see here. So, okay, including anorexia and autism while commenting on her body, weight, and appearance. He has accused petitioner of fabricating or weaponizing these conditions and presented speculative medical opinions as fact. These statements are false, misleading, and part of a broader pattern of misinformation intended to discredit petitioner. Petitioner has been diagnosed by licensed medical professionals, has offered HIPAA releases to opposing counsel, and is willing to execute releases for this court. Respondent may assert that the petitioner is a public figure. That's cute. Even if petitioner were, that status does not eliminate her right to protection from harassment, threats, stalking, impersonation, or sexualized violence. The First Amendment does not protect a sustained, targeted course of conduct that intimidates, degrades, or places an individual in reasonable fear for her safety. Petitioner respects free speech and tolerated respondents' commentary for an extended period. She seeks court intervention only because respondents' conduct escalated from commentary into impersonation directives, surveillance, sexualized violence, and coordinated harassment. Respondents' conduct is repeated, unwanted, serves no legitimate purpose, and would cause a reasonable person substantial emotional distress. It has done just that to the petitioner. Due to the volume of respondents' content, petitioner has been unable to review every video and therefore provides examples from episodes she has reviewed the transcripts of.
Laura, get a job. Get a
Christ almighty,
job.
get a life.
My
Like,
God,
the
you owe Clayton Eckert $200 and something thousand. Get your ass out of the casita, get a job, and stop looking at this shit. If it is in fact shit, which I don't think it is.
Well, and here's the deal about these transcripts is that like they are auto-generated. That's not like, and YouTube is extraordinarily clear that that is like it's using voice and other things.
It's not an accurate reflection.
100% accurate. It's good enough if you want to like copy paste the whole thing and dump it into ChatGPT and get an analysis of it, but like it's not like stenography in the fucking court where like that is literally everything that was said. That is not at all what that is.
No, this is not a legal accurate record by any means. Any transcript. I have seen some transcripts where it was perplexing how it came up with some of the words it did. It's like, I can hear this clearly. Why can't the AI? Well, AI is not the smartest thing yet.
Well, not exactly.
Oh, look who's here. But, Snow is here. Okay, I'll confess. Snow, I was talking about you teasing me on Lauren's stream last night. I was just saying. Oh, my goodness. Okay, continuing on in the next segment here. And let me also preface by, well, we're past prefacing, I think. This is like a manic state for Laura. She just gets in these fits and she just word vomits into everything. And there's, I was saying, oh, okay, now I've got Snow going on the chat. I was saying, Snow, that you were teasing me about how I would be next in Laura's crosshairs. And I said, shh. Well, because we know Laura watches everything. She can't help it. It's impulsive to her. Oh. I said, no, she's not going to get me. And if she were to try, she would be regretting it greatly in the court system here. Because we have excellent anti-slap laws. Excellent anti-slap laws.
We do, but we just got done reviewing this section where, she doesn't have time to review all that content. So she's going off of summaries based on transcripts.
Yeah, how did those summaries of transcripts happen? ChatGPT, perhaps?
I mean, I'm guilty of doing that, but I've also done that after watching a video. And if I feel like I need to make commentary about something, I'm going to provide ChatGPT the context around, like, here's the transcript of the video, and then blah, 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 and then talk about what I want to talk about. And that usually frames that conversation and the prompts towards a better direction. I don't take the transcript as gospel because it's not. That's not how this. It can't. That's not how this works. It's not how.
No,
it works.
and anything that would not be. I don't think. And again, I don't practice in the legal profession. I don't think it'd be admissible in court. Any transcript.
That's why they've got those disclaimers.
Transcript. They would play actual video, and it would be done the proper way as a proper piece of evidence. It wouldn't be, well, here's the transcript of what he said, blah 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 blah. That would be challenged without a doubt.
And I could see where they would go and look at the transcript and say, like, well, what's the timestamp of this comment, and then go back and watch the video of that part. If Ella's legal team is smart, and again, I'm sorry to be even suggesting
I don't think she has a legal team in this matter.
Yep, maybe her legal team is like
if
Google,
she is in
Gemini,
fact
or whatever. But it's like, what if it were me? I would be looking at, like, if there's a questionable comment or something from the transcript, I'd be like, what's the time index of that? And then I would go back to the video and I would move the little slider thingy over and I would listen to it in my own ear holes and then figure out what they said, rather than just relying strictly on the transcript, because that's what a smart person does. But
yeah.
That's
I
just
just want to
me.
point out this comment by Bruce. This is great. Bruce is like an excellent management moose as well. One good management rule is praise publicly, criticize privately. I think generally that's accurate.
Oh, that stings a little bit, Bruce. That
I
that is a
have
that is a weapon that my current management has been using against me, and
for
due to
a while.
current pending actions, I cannot elaborate anymore on that. But that is a fucking weapon that they use, and oof, excuse me, I need a drink after that. Thanks, Bruce.
I would
Bruce
add
the
to that
fucking moose.
there are certain circumstances in life where sometimes you just have to deal with things in the moment, and sometimes that's not going to be convenient, because you need to address things at the time. So I get it, and I'm not trying to criticize anybody, even Bruce, because I like Bruce. Bruce is great.
I know, I'm just being facetious.
I would love
Don't
to be
fucking
part of.
sue me, Bruce. Don't sue me, okay? God damn it.
Bruce is going to have the babies if you don't shut up. You might have moose babies. Oh, stop. Okay.
Oh dear.
Did I go there? Oh no.
Clutching.
Oh no.
I'm clutching my pearls.
Clutch.
Okay.
Why is everyone saying the word clutch now? That's like a
I've
thing
been saying
now.
clutch
It's
my
so
pearls
clutch.
since 1872. I don't know what that means.
I'm hearing it all over the place now. Everyone's saying, "Oh, blah blah blah." Oh, that's so clutch. I'm like, they're not gay. I'm lost in this conversation. What does clutch even mean in this context?
Do we have any Gen Zers in the audience right now that can
And
help
I'm
us
hearing it
understand
on like
what that
sports
means,
reports.
please?
Oh, he was so clutch with what?
The fuck does that mean?
I don't know. I'm lost.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
Yeah.
Hollis, is there anything else here in chat? I'm
radicals.
just kind of peeking at chat. Since I didn't counsel Rob privately, I'm just reading chat. I don't see it as my place to criticize after. Yeah, well, and I'm not. It's not my intent to criticize. Let me just be clear again. I'm just having the obvious conversation because it is a document. It's out there. And this is what Laura's complaining about. So this is what we have to work with. Okay, I guess it's my turn. During a public live stream on January 14, 26, titled 0309, Laura Rochelle Owens added it again. Is that what it was called? I don't know. Respondent escalated his conduct from commentary into direct, actionable harassment.
Oh, no.
Actionable. What is actionable harassment? By directing third parties to impersonate petitioner. Oh, does that mean there's a shortage of long-haired wigs and red sweaters? Or horse riding gear? What does that mean? Impersonate her how? And to locate her real-time physical whereabouts. Respondent centered the broadcast on a court filing submitted by petitioner requesting permission to travel out of state. Well, those are public court documents, Laura. Tough shit. This filing arose in petitioner's first and only criminal matter, which stems directly from the paternity case described in incident number 1, the case that initially drew respondent's action to petitioner. God, the wording. Petitioner has never been arrested, nor has prior criminal history. Yeah, what, you want a participation trophy? You're going to have one now. And
Yes,
has remained on her own recognizance at all times in this non-violent matter. This is where she's trying to litigate her criminal case publicly through this filing, which is a bunch of horse crap. It's stupid. As a procedural condition of that status, petitioner was required to seek court approval before traveling out of state. Petitioner in motion stated verbatim that she sought permission to travel to California from January to 16, blah, 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 to support family members who were enduring some difficult times dealing with medical issues. Yeah, we saw that. I think we talked about it. Respondent had no personal knowledge contradicting this statement. Prove it. Prove it. How do you know that? Nevertheless, respondent firmly rejected petitioner's stated purpose and asserted to his audience as fact that the petitioner was lying and was instead traveling to attend a horse show. Well, speculation is not forbidden.
Nope. That's part of commentary and free use.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
As far as I know. Same here. Again, that's my opinion at least. Responded but a factual narrative to discredit petitioner and frame subsequent conduct as justified. Using this false narrative as a pretext. Ooh, I love the word pretext.
Ooh,
Respondent escalated. I like a good pretext, don't you?
Oh, I love it. Yes. Just it gets me in all the right places.
Especially on a good weekend.
Spaces.
I love a good pretext on a weekend.
Yeah, it's great.
Respondent escalated beyond commentary into directing others to locate petitioner in real time. During the live stream, a viewer proposed in live chat that others contact horse show organizers while falsely representing themselves a petitioner in order to determine her location. Respondent did not discourage the suggestion. Instead, respondent read the comment aloud, firmly agreed with it, and adopted it as a course of action. How? How would they do that? That makes no sense. And what people choose to do when you're in public is a different thing. The paparazzi is out there. This is like trying to say, the paparazzi didn't get my consent to talk about me or find me and snap pictures of me and then talk about me in public. This is absurd. This whole thing is absurd. And I would say that for all the words that are about to follow, which, there's pages more.
Oh, God.
Oh, call up horse shows in California this weekend, pretend to be LO and say you want to confirm your attendance at the competition. That way we can find out where she will be. I don't think it would work. Even if you
hat
could.
Level territory.
It is. I don't have a tinfoil hat. I'm sorry.
I'm disappointed.
Well, I mean, I could make one out of aluminium foil, but that's not a tinfoil hat. That would be an aluminium foil hat.
Aluminium. Stop trying to be fancy.
Hey,
I know your pedigree.
There, that one there. Gosh, that's hard to do in the camera. I have to remember which side is which and it's inverted. It's times like that where I do miss my grandmother. God rest her soul. I miss the tea times a little bit now. Yeah. I know what a proper British tea is, folks. That's, I can say to be very, very close. What would that technically be, a second generation immigrant of sorts? I don't know. How does that work? If grandparents, well, at least, no, because my grandfather was U.S. I don't know. I'm not sure how you calculate that. It starts to fall into the cracks.
I think it depends on like the lineage and like the proof of that, and it's sometimes the UK is a little misogynistic in that like it has to be the grandfather or like the dad's side of it that has to be a thing. I don't know, but
I don't know. That's going
beyond. If you're looking for a different passport, it might be worth looking into.
I have tried, and I missed a cutoff in my 18th year, evidently, and I'm slightly pissed about it. Batty says, "What's the difference between between tinfoil and aluminium hat? The metal. Tin is not the same as aluminum. I mean aluminium. Tin is a totally different metal. Aluminum is a different metal, so it's different. It's like steel versus iron. They're different things. Some of them have similar base components. Steel iron becomes steel after certain carbonization processes." Not to get all metallurgic on you. I think it's the base metal used. Oh, very good, Wallace. Thank you. Perfect.
I just put a bunch of steel on the underside of my Jeep. So. Oh,
good. Oh, Bruce likes tea. That is one thing I did not adopt was a love for tea. At least not yet. I still have more life to live. That could happen. I do have a proper hot water kettle. It is not a tea kettle. Because good Brits in the modern era don't use tea kettles unless they live out on the cottage. You have a proper electric kettle. And I do have one, and I love it. It's just I don't use it for tea. I use it for hot cocoa. So that might be my American side. I'm so genetically conflicted. Oh, my ex is a Brit, and I didn't catch it. Oh, youngest born there. Occasional road trip to get his tonic. Well, as long as, it's been a long time since I've had some bangers and mash. I will say that. A few other things. It's, one day I might go back to the motherland for a visit.
Do it.
It's on my list. I've been to parts of Netherlands and Germany and certain parts of Europe, but I haven't been back to the motherland ever. I'm not even sure I have any relatives alive there anymore. My grandmother did have a number of sisters, but I don't know. I can remember the last time they came over to the States, and wow, what a hoot! What a hoot! The great, is that great aunts? Golly, see, that's going beyond my brain capacity.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe it's just great aunts. Yeah, they're her sisters. Yeah. Oh my God. They were ribbing her about her accent and how it sounded funny being away from the UK for so long. It was hysterical. I regret that technology wasn't evolved enough to have been recording that in any.
I know, right?
So many things.
Many regrets along the same lines, not about foreign family, but just about mentors and other like important people and historical things. Like it's just, yeah. But I mean, it just didn't exist. So we didn't, or it wasn't just like open up your iPhone and push the little, record memo button. Like it wasn't that. You had to get like a tape deck or, really expensive like digital record. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, we didn't have
so tangented.
We didn't have the beta cam. We didn't have it. No, we didn't have the beta camcorder or even the VHS camcorder. It wasn't.
I think I have one somewhere. I have a beta machine. I have a Betamax.
Oh, stop. Okay. Have I digressed enough? Shall I continue?
I don't even remember where you left off in this document. So,
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. Well, it's we're like the third line down. He presented it as a practical method to locate petitioner and encourage viewers to act on it. Respondent further reassured his audience that impersonation and information gathering were lawful, stating, "That's a fair way to do it, right? You're not causing any trouble. You're not influencing anything." The conclusions she reaches is just hysterical. "You're using your First Amendment rights to find out some information." No, I don't know. I don't know what he said. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. Respondent then escalated the conduct by encouraging viewers to physically attend petitioner's suspected location and document her presence without consent. When you're in public, Laura, you do not have to give consent. If you are somewhere in public and people see you, they are within their rights, being another member of the public, because you have no rights to privacy in public, to record you in public, in my opinion. There's no expectation of privacy.
There's no expectation of privacy in public.
Yes. And being at a horse show is in public. Yeah. At least those horse shows, as far as I'm aware.
I mean, if it's outside and not in some
if it's not held in a private arena that's gated and that sort of thing, it's if people from the public can attend, it is public. And even if you have to pay a membership fee to attend and other people are there attending, it could be considered public. I don't know. That might be gray area. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Oh, you're going to get taken down now. You're done.
I know. I'm sure. Sure.
You're out.
Well, just like if I pay for a ticket to a rock concert and the whole city is there, that's being in public. Even though it's a ticketed event. It is not. You see? I mean, how do you explain this? I don't know how else you explain it. I really don't. Doing things in front of the public is out in public. It's just that simple. Private events are private events. It's different. Why is this so hard? Why is this so hard?
It's only hard because she's trying to create a spectacle out of thing.
Yeah, because we're trying to explain simple things to a numbskull.
Well, yes.
Oh, let's see. Respondent escalated by a physically attended to his presence, stating, "Anybody in the area who feels compelled to go. I know that others have asked for photos, video, whatever, but even an eyewitness would be awesome." Respondent further expanded the directive by encouraging the acquisition of professional recordings for the purpose of monitoring petitioners' movements. That doesn't mean that. Stating, quote, "A lot of these competitions, there's usually a side business going on where you can request videotapes and pay money from a professional. If anybody does go, you can ask that service. You can also ask that service." Did I read that right? "Pay the money and then let me know by reading, endorsing, validating, and amplifying the impersonation directive." Where's the impersonation part? In people going to a public event. I don't see the impersonation there.
That is terribly curious to me when I read that in like the section that you forced me to read. That I found was very interesting, that like there's an accusation that Rob is respondent is compelling people to impersonate her to be in public to see where she's at. I don't know. I'm going to try and experiment too. Oh, are you?
Because I think I'm allergic to the windscreen on my very expensive microphone, I'm going to take it off. And I'm going to move it a little bit because that changes the attenuation of the mic. But I'm going to see if maybe I'm not going to have to blow my nose so much with it not being right under my face. Can you still hear me okay? Does that sound okay? Might actually sound clearer. I'm going to see if that works better for my poor allergic sinuses.
Yeah, let's roll with it for a little while.
Let's roll with it. Let's see. I've put it way over there and see if my nose starts to clear. I'm trying to figure this out because it drives me crazy every time I get on a stream and just my sinuses close up. Well, even on a Zoom call and I use this mic and everything, things just start closing up. I was like, maybe I'm allergic to this windscreen. We'll find out. It's a test. It's a test, folks. It'll be okay.
Live tests.
Yes, it's a live test. See, you can get it here. If anybody does go, you can ask them. Okay, I've read that part. Respondent transformed a third-party comment into coordinated conduct under his direction.
Oh my God.
It's a coordinated attack.
Oh my God.
And as I recall, Rob's response to this was, no one did it. It didn't happen. So there's that. If I recall correctly. I've not been called as a witness to any of this, so there's that too. This constitutes, oh God, here we go. This constitutes ratification and encouragement of in-person ratification.
What?
Where are we coming up with these words?
What? Just making shit up out of thin air? Oh my God.
Oh my Lord. I'm all of the double M dashes. I'm wondering how much hope we had, you know? I see it everywhere. It's like reading Da Vinci Code here.
Ugh.
Ratified. God.
Ratification. That's great.
Are we talking about
that? Maybe I'll use that tomorrow in my corporate daddy job and see how far that gets me.
Probably not far. Ratification and encouragement of impersonation, coordinated surveillance, and proxy harassment. Oh, here we go. More proxy harassment, not protected speech. It can't, I know what she's trying to say. And this is sort of what someone who's trying to make clear. She's done this before, like with Mike Maricini. His sister talked to me. He violated his restraining order. She probably considers that proxy harassment because, when you have a restraining order, you're not supposed to contact the other person. And the phraseology is often, or through a third party. So I see what she's trying to do here, but she's failing at trying to say it. And it would be improper for an injunction of harassment anyhow. Respondent's conduct was not limited to commentary on public records. He doesn't have to. He can give his opinion. Just as I'm giving my opinion. I'm not limiting myself to commentary on public records, although that's a lot of what's happening here. That is not a requirement. That would be compelled speech, and that would be against the First Amendment. Right? I'm looking for validation. You can or can deny. That's up to you.
I am no legal scholar, but like
no one here is
compelling somebody
other
to
than maybe
say something like I don't know
that's a stretch.
This is just like look. This is just word soup in the end.
It is
like
it's all a bunch of word vomit salad.
Yeah, but like I don't like that. Compelling somebody to say something. That does not make that doesn't pass muster in my poor little brain.
No, saying that you can only talk about the documents and you can't say anything else. That's false.
Yeah,
that's false.
That's not how this works.
That's not how it works.
Sorry, no.
Even in certain competition schedules or entries are public. Wait, did I skip something? Oh, proxy harassment, not protected speech. Oh, okay. Respondent's conduct was not limited to commentary on public records. Even if certain competition schedules or entries are publicly accessible, which they can be, tough shit. Respondent did not limit himself to passive review of public information. Passive review. What does that even mean?
How the fuck does that mean?
Oh, sweet Jesus. Bruce is just a law enthusiast. I'm glad I saw that. Yeah, I think we all are. We especially like things based in fact and law. And so far, most of Laura's stuff has not been based in law or fact. I'll switch it around this time. Instead, he encouraged deception, impersonation, real-time location tracking, physical attendance, and documentation of petitioners' whereabouts, all directed at a single identifiable individual. Well, If you don't want to be an identifiable individual, Laura, don't rack up 14 felony counts. That's the solution.
Don't attract attention to yourself, you dumb bitch.
It's just like,
wait,
if you
sorry.
don't want your wrists...
Now I'm canceled. Whatever.
Well, we're all canceled by her definitions. Tough shit. If you don't want your wrists to hurt, don't do things that will get you in handcuffs. Somehow she's managed to avoid handcuffs. Somehow. I keep hoping those tables will turn eventually. But I don't know. She may like it. Again, I'm not here to kink shame.
Yeah,
Petitioner's fear arises not from hypothetical strangers, but from respondent himself. Well, I don't think so, because he didn't say he's going to do all this stuff. But if it's in public, he's allowed to be in public. And if you happen to be there too because you're stupid and you go to a horse show instead of your DVRO hearing in San Francisco, it's your own goddamn fault.
Yeah.
Stop blaming other people for your criminal shit, you stupid bitch.
Yes.
I'm getting heated now. Maybe I need more water. Okay, I'm almost done with this. Respondent was the central organizer who solicited the information, instructed others how to obtain it, and required that it be reported back to him. Because, it reminds me of a Mormon phrase. I'll digress later. Because respondent controlled and aggregated real-time location information about petitioner, she could not know who might act on his directives or how that information would be used, creating a reasonable and ongoing fear for her safety. You get the next one.
I do. Really?
Yes.
Fine. All right. This is dated November 11th, 2025. During a public live stream titled 0276, The Book of LO, respondent devoted the broadcast entirely
Sorry, I
to
bumped you off for a
petitioner.
second. I hit a button. My bad. Sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to do that.
That's a hate crime.
It is a hate crime. Okay, but while I've stopped you, because it's great, from Bruce. Passive review versus active review. Active review requires 48 volts. I love a good phantom power joke, Bruce. If I had my buttons, I would give that a proper rim shot response. You get it, right?
Sure. I know what phantom power is.
Okay, good.
Yes.
You at least partly get it. That's great. We are not operating on phantom power with this Shure dynamic microphone. Yes, the classic SM7B, the big expensive monster.
I'm not either. This is genuine Apple AirPod Pro.
Somewhere
3s.
I have mic. Well, I've got a bunch of mics down in the other studio that require phantom, but never mind. Okay, sorry. Carry on. Now, certain people can bitch and complain in my next comments that I've interrupted you and I'm stepping all over you.
I'm so oppressed. Oh my God. Help. I'm being oppressed. Oh my God. Okay.
Very
Whatever.
good.
Yeah. Whew. Madam has the vapors. Okay. All right. I'm just going to continue where I left off, even though I was cut off. That's fucking scrolling. I swear to God. I'm going to come over there and hurt you.
Later, sweetie, later.
Okay. The stream was a sustained, targeted monologue centered on the petitioner's person, body, family, health, and alleged future harm. Gag me. Throughout the broadcast.
The future now.
Oh, yeah. Bitch, give me the lotto numbers, okay? Like, I'm done with corporate daddy. Like,
I need to borrow that. Girl, I want to ride that horse. I want to know what the future harm is. I want to see that glass ball there.
Let's do it. Throughout the broadcast, respondent repeatedly described, predicted, and normalized rape and sexual violence against the petitioner. Oh, this is why you wanted me to read this. Okay, I get it.
It gets worse.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Framing such acts as inevitable, deserved, and even entertaining, respondent stated verbatim, quote, someone that's the guards there will will say rape her ass and then she'll be in pregnant even if there's more than one and watch her end up with twins or more, unquote.
That's from the clip I tried to play and
that's right.
So
whomever made the comments earlier, this wasn't speculation. This is what was said. This isn't shit that I made up. This isn't shit that Echo's made up. This is what it was. Okay? So
I only like the facts, ma'am.
yeah. Anyway, I'm continuing here. This statement explicitly predicts rape by custodial authorities and forced pregnancy. It is not abstract discussion of prison conditions. It is a personalized depiction of sexual assault directed at the petitioner. Respondent reinforced this theme repeatedly, stating, quote, "She will get knocked up in prison," unquote. And quoting again, she's going to be knocked up left and right by so many people. Who knows, right? Unquote. Respondent framed rape and sexual exploitation as unavoidable outcomes awaiting petitioner. He did not condemn sexual violence or express concern. He treated it as foreseeable and fitting punishment. Respondent further stated, quote, "I see her cowering in the corner and possibly even forced into solitary or the hospital because what people might potentially do to her in the shower," unquote. This statement invokes rape and physical assault as an anticipated harm. Respondent again framed sexual violence as something petitioner should expect, not something to be prevented. Respondent escalated this narrative by framing the violence as a spectacle and inevitability, stating, I just added the A, sorry, that's not accurate, I'll rewind. Framing the violence as spectacle and inevitability, stating, quote, "Man, that would be a showstopper. The show, this story does not end with jail," unquote. In context, this communicates that the harm respondent described, rape, sexual exploitation, degradation, would continue beyond incarceration. A reasonable person would interpret this as a statement of ongoing danger, possibly at the hands of respondent. Okay. That's interesting, but
Laura Owens is not a reasonable person. Can we just start there?
I mean, that's a really,
as I scroll this down further.
So that's almost like okay, so you can countersue somebody, but this is like kind of countering the argument and turning it like back on to the respondent, Rob, of like, I don't know, that's not, that's like a counter threat, which is not a thing in legal terms, but like,
no,
that's
I've
she's
never
doing the
heard
same
of
thing.
A counter threat.
That's the same thing that she's accusing him of doing, possibly at the hands of respondent. Oh, okay.
You're not the boss of me, Bruce. You're not the boss of me. He did not condemn. She files an IH because someone didn't say the thing Laura wants someone to say. She's not the boss of everyone else. She thinks she is, doesn't she? She is so deluded in her power trip and in her isms.
Possibly pigs could fly straight out of my ass. But it's probably not going to happen. But possibly.
This woman anyway, is so damaged.
I'll continue for the amusement of the audience here. Respondent and you. Respondent compounded these rape threats with sexualized slurs and dehumanizations, stating, quote, "Thank you very much, you cunt whore," unquote. And, quote,
those are just names. They're names.
And, quote, "I believe the women in prison will say, 'Hey, horsehead, get over here,'" unquote. And later, quote, "Yeah, she'll be a bitch they toss around," unquote. Respondent also mocked and reenacted petitioner's documented medical disabilities, including anxiety and epilepsy.
Show me the documentation.
Again, yes, documents.
Show me the money. Show me the documents. Put the facts where your mouth is, Laura.
Yeah.
Prove it.
While discussing incarceration and punishment, While mimicking petitioner, respondent said, quote, "No, no, don't put me in solitary because I can't. I've got high anxiety, unquote." Respondent repeatedly referenced jazz hands while mocking petitioner's involuntary shaking captured on body cam footage. While discussing petitioner's family, respondent said, quote, "Who hits who? Let me just leave it with that thought," unquote. This statement was made in direct reference to petitioner and her mother. Respondent presented the insinuation that petitioner and her mother physically assault one another, deliberately planting the idea of domestic violence without evidence. Respondent then escalated further by implying that petitioner and her mother are anticipating or facilitating petitioner's father's death or for financial gain, stating that it was, quote, "all about the women in that family who can't wait for Ron to, shall we say, pass on," unquote. Petitioner and her mother are caregivers for petitioner's father, Ron Owens, who is 80 years old and has lived with Parkinson's disease for 25 years. Respondent's statements falsely imply elder abuse, homicidal intent, or neglect towards a vulnerable adult. These statements go beyond opinion or commentary. They falsely accuse petitioner and her mother of domestic violence and elder abuse, both serious criminal acts. I'm surprised there's no mention of the chair, the black chair. He must sit in the black chair.
The black chair, the black,
The black
chair.
chair.
No, not that one. He'll fall. I still need to make some supercuts of all that stuff.
As a side note, I hate you for even roping me into all of this because now I'm thinking the black
I like
chair
willing
is a response.
participants. I love willing participants.
Courts consistently recognize that speech predicting rape or serious physical harm against a specific identifiable person, even when framed as speculation, may constitute intimidation and harassment, particularly when repeated and contextualized as inevitable. The First Amendment does not protect a course of conduct that repeatedly predicts sexual assault against a named individual frames rape as a punishment or entertainment dehumanizes the target to invite abuse mocks medical disabilities in connection with threats and speculates about violence toward the target's family, period. A reasonable person in petitioner's position would fear sexual violence, physical harm, and further escalation. Petitioner has suffered substantial emotional distress as a result of this conduct.
Can I also point out that for some reason, after we read all the bullshit from the all the conspiracy stuff from Mommy Dearest that was also sort of vomited up by Daughter Dearest, where's the Hoboken in all this bullshit? Not that I'm trying to give her ideas, but we're running around telling the Maricopa County investigators that Laura was target of an assault in Hoboken. Strangely enough, that's not here.
That's kind of absent, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a glaring omission to me.
Yeah.
It's a glaring omission. Well, not that I believe that any of it happened to begin with, but
there's that minor little detail.
there is that minor detail.
Yeah.
When the psychosis of this family is going to just give me more gray hair than work already does. What am I going to do, folks? I'm going to have to start coloring the hair. I don't think Megan Fox would disapprove of that. She does that herself.
I just as a pro tip, they do make medications for things like that. Just FYI.
Gray hair?
And I may or no, the psychosis part. I may or may not, have any direct evidence of that. But we're not talking about me right now.
Yes, and as Bruce is further fleshed out, Laura has asserted assault by Hoboken AGGMMCE and orchestrated by GGGW, falsely asserted, allegedly. Yeah. Are are the people making these threats in the room right now? This is sort of the reaction I have to all of that. It must be a fascinating world she lives in. The entire universe is out to get her if someone doesn't listen to, isn't under her thumb.
I'm very curious. What color is the sky in her world? What does she think
that would
the
be a good
color
question.
is? Yeah. And also, it's just a quick aside. If you want to come at me, you're welcome to. Whomever is in the audience listening to this, and Laura, if you're there, bring it, bitch.
And we believe she is.
Yeah, bring it. I give 0 fucks. Okay? My legal team versus yours, not going to happen.
You mean the legal team she doesn't have because she's allegedly indigent?
Allegedly.
But the problem, even though we would certainly both be victorious on any of those merits, how do you squeeze blood out of a desert crusted stone? I mean, you're not going to get anything out of her. She's squandered all of her parents' money, allegedly.
Yeah.
And their attempts at sort of holding back the creditors, at least mom and dad's bankruptcy has been dismissed, as far as I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I would force a set. Well, how would I do this? I would certainly push for fees and costs, just as a matter of principle. But I think the lawyers would figure out pretty quick that the odds of collecting on her are probably minimal. So the judicial system, in my opinion, and others have said this already, she needs to be considered a vexatious litigant, because she's a litigant that does not file in good faith. That has been proven in a court of law. That was the finding of Judge Julie Mata at the conclusion of Owens v. Eckerd. She did not file in bad faith. I believe that tactic goes far beyond that particular filing. I think she's filed numerous, dare I say most things, in bad faith. So I think, and I think Megan Fox has echoed this sentiment on her Twitter, she needs to be found a vexatious litigant, and she needs to be barred from such easy access to the court system, where she can engage on her trifles and intrigues and schemes and artifices and all the other bullshit she engages in to try and abuse and punish and retaliate on other people just because they don't give in to her or say what she wants them to say, or they aren't going to be manipulated by Laura Owens.
Yeah. And I don't have any expectation. Like, if she comes at me, and I'm just going to state this for my own sake here, I don't have any expectation that there's going to be any monetary reward for it. I would just literally be satisfied with whatever judgment would
just
be
the
there,
counter.
and just the counter, and like
countersuing her would give me great pleasure.
I don't know what kind of life insurance policies exist within the family, but I mean, if Laura and company are wishing expeditious death, because again, every accusation is a confession, right? Like, again, in my opinion,
it tends to be.
There seems to be some sort of wish to cash in on a life insurance policy, and
we know there
gladly,
was a GoFundMe that has not been accounted for.
Yep, so
financially,
I mean, there's
or
something
in any of the bankruptcy proceedings.
But I don't give a flying fuck about the money part of it. I would just rather see her silenced and quashed, and one more slap law verdict, because I'm a resident of the state of Washington, and like Echoes had said before, we have excellent anti-slap laws here. So
I'm so glad they got that. See, that
fucking bring it. I don't care.
That was the one little thing kind of getting ironed out when I first started this channel. I was kind of holding back on a little bit till the legislature got its act together.
Yeah,
and they
takes
have
a minute sometimes.
They had one of the early ones. They had something in, I think, 1989, but there were some little issues, so they tweaked it again, I think, in the 2010s at some point. But there were still some constitutional issues, and then they finally resolved them. So now it's excellent. It's excellent. It's one of the better anti-slap laws I've ever seen. There are some that give even more protections. I think that's one of the reasons Dave Neal might have moved to Tennessee. I don't know. No, I think his lady has some family there, but it just so happens Dave being in Tennessee has been to his benefit for that kind of thing. And Dave does lots of journalistic things, so it's good to be in places where you've got good legal constitutional protections.
Yeah.
Above and beyond national stuff, federal law and U.S. Constitution, that sort of thing.
And where, like, as much as I rail against corporate daddy, trademark, I do have excellent legal recourse and resources with them to make sure that I'm not completely steamrolled by dumb, stupid bitches like LO. So again,
it's a nice thing, isn't it?
Fucking bring it, okay?
I should advise her not to, if she had any sense, but I'm not sure
she
that
doesn't
woman has any
she's
sense.
a dumbass. She's stupid. Obviously, like all of this word soup and shit, like no, she has no sense whatsoever about herself.
I'm glad that perfect. Widget has said Arizona has really broad anti-slap. It is not only civil, but is the only state it can apply to criminal as well. I did read up on that somewhat. So I think Rob will be fine. And Omar said as much when Omar jumped into Lauren's live stream with everybody else last night. And certainly I like Omar, and I rally his thoughts.
Did Omar reveal, like, in that live stream or video, what kind of underwear he was wearing? Because I want to know.
No,
for the public good.
Not then. That was only a bonus for Schnitzel, I think. I don't know if I dare even say, hey, Omar, you ever want to jump on a stream here in this very crowded cubbyhole? I don't know. I'm shy,
You're
Bruce
shy.
will answer it.
Okay.
Bruce, he wants more details than that. I can tell by the way he's asking.
I just, Bruce, I'll take your word
He wants
for
to know
it,
color and brand and material. And
I'm sorry. I need evidence.
Never mind. I'm not going to say what I'm thinking. I'll bet there are people that could get you that evidence, but I'm not going to incriminate them. Okay, I better continue this on before I digress further.
I'm going to text you later about that particular comment, but in the meantime, y'all are going to enjoy my waterfall while Jeep Daddy has his usual intermission.
Oh, well, while he intermissions himself, I'll read. God help me. During a public live stream titled That 0278 blah 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 blah, respondent devoted the broadcast almost entirely to petitioner. Did we already read this? This is starting to feel redundant. Probably is. Oh golly. I'll carry on. I'll pretend I haven't read it before. The petitioner repeatedly asserting that petitioner's incarceration was inevitable, and well, in my opinion, it's inevitable. I don't see Laura taking a plea deal, and I certainly don't see her admitting, which would be, I think, would be a requirement of getting a plea deal. So far, as much as I'm aware, there's not been a plea deal offered to Laura Owens, so that's a problem for her. Asserting incarceration was inevitable, using that premise to describe sexual violence, rape, coercive sexual acts, physical harm as foreseeable, expected, and deserved consequences awaiting her. Respondent did not express concern for petitioner's safety. Well, it's not his job to worry about your safety, dear lady. That's your own job. You are a grown-ass adult. You need to get out on your own. You need to stop being under the wing of your mother, specifically. And you need to live some real life without being mommy-coddled and supported in your stupidity. Instead, he framed sexual violence as an anticipated outcome and spoke about it with derision, mockery, and amusement, portraying it as a form of punishment rather than harm. While discussing incarceration, respondent stated, I see her cowering in the corner and possibly even forced to solitary or the hospital because what people might potentially do to her in the shower. This statement invokes rape and sexual assault as expected occurrences. Oh, I just lost my place. Oh, crap. Oh, how'd I do that? Oh, my twitchy scroll finger. There we are. The reference to what people might potentially do to her in the shower is widely recognized as euphemism for custodial sexual assault. Custodial of who? I mean, the custodian of the people in the shower? No, I don't think so. Respondent did not condemn such violence or express concern for petitioner's safety. Instead, he presented sexual assault as an implicit and foreseeable consequence of incarceration directed at petitioner personally. Respondent then continued by describing petitioner's confinement in dehumanizing terms, stating, quote, that would probably be the safest place for her to be. All they can do is slide food through a little rectangular door. I can't speak to solitary confinement, so I will just have to assume that's an accurate representation. I don't know. I've never been to prison, nor have I toured one, even as a curiosity, so I can't say what the details of solitary confinement involve. Oh, now she could probably work her magic through there with a couple of blowies, but we don't know for sure, right? End quote. This statement sexualizes incarceration and implies that petitioner would be forced or I discredit myself by not having the sexy jazz ready to go. I didn't realize I was going to need that tonight. I do. It's terrible. Compelled to perform sexual acts as a means of survival or negotiation. But I do know of people, I've followed some people on their social media who do talk about stories of them using sexual favors as a currency in prison. I have heard of that. That's not an accusation. It's certainly not an expectation. But I do know in the case of some men, that has been part of their prison experience. And some of them, maybe it's been consensual. They didn't speak to that specifically. Things do happen in prison, and they are not always good things. So it's not a threat, but, protect yourself for sure if you're going to be in prison. As Bruce pointed out, and I'm not going to find it because it's too far back. Bruce pointed out Omar's rule number 2, and that's prison is not a place you want to be. Neither is jail. I'm not saying that verbatim, but that's the gist of it. So if you don't want to reap the consequences that could happen in prison, which are not good, it's not for sure, it's not predicated that they will happen, but they could happen. We hear these stories, and people get charged for crimes they commit as prisoners. We hear about that too. The countless court videos I've seen of prisoners being charged with assault and other things, including sexual assault, they're there on the YouTube. So we can't say that it does not happen. So if you don't want the consequences of prison, don't do things that'll get you in prison, right? That's the logical answer, I think, here. Sexualizes incarceration. Yeah, some people consider that a good time, so there's that side of it too. There are people that just have those itches to scratch. I'm not one of them, but again, I'm not here to kink shame. When directed at a specific individual and framed as a realistic scenario, such statements constitute intimidation and degradation rather than commentary. No, they're still commentary. They may be degrading, but talking about what can, and for some people has, in fact, happened in prison, is not intimidation. It's not intimidation. They aren't the ones that cause those acts. So they are not the one that could be responsible for those acts. This is just lunacy. This is absolutely absurd. But I don't know. Maybe this is a fantasy for her. I don't know. It's bizarre. It's bizarre to spend so much time conjuring up all these scenarios, taking a phrase and conjuring up all the different scenarios that it's a weird fantasy. It's a very weird fantasy. I would say she's had a number of weird sexual fantasies. And that's my opinion. I will also direct that opinion by further referencing you back to all of the stuff. And this is when I had to pull out the sexy jazz. When Laura Owens was accusing Mike Maricini of assault, of sexual assault, constantly, regularly. And that was the only way I could get. I'm sorry, I didn't cue the sexy jazz for tonight. I should have.
I'm disappointed.
I know. I'm disappointed in myself. See, I should have just not bothered with that stupid video clip and just talked about it and moved on and had the sexy jazz ready to go.
You're going to make me eat carbs while you're talking, but please go ahead.
That's fine. Better you than me. Respondent repeatedly suggested that petitioner would be I was going to say subjugated. That would be a better word. That's what I would have used. Subjected to sexual exploitation and pregnancy while incarcerated, stating she will get knocked up in prison, end quote. I'm not quoting properly. Quote, she's going to be knocked up left and right by so many people. Who knows, right? She's repeating herself. We're trying to just hammer on something to make it come true. Respondent further intensified the threatening nature of the broadcast by mocking petitioner's expressed fear for her safety. What expressed fear for her safety? I'm missing something here. Quote, you're scared for your life every fucking minute of the day, end quote. The statement was made in direct proximity to repeated references of sexual violence, rape, and physical harm. Rather than dismissing or de-escalating fear, it's not his job to deal with your fear. That's between you and a legitimate medical practitioner and probably a lot of psychopharmaceuticals. Is that the word? Yeah.
Yeah.
Psychopharmacology. That's the word I'm looking for. Same thing.
Just better living through the world of pharmaceuticals, as I say.
Rather than dismissing or de-escalating fear, respondent weaponized it, reinforcing the message that petitioner should expect violence and that her fear is justified and deserved. If you don't want the consequences of prison, don't do things that will put you there. Omar's Rule 2. I love it. I should get that turned into a pin or something. Omar's Rule 2. Omar's Rule 2. You don't want to be there. They're not places you want to be. It's not glamping. Okay?
No.
Prison is not glamping. It is not like, some sort of Hollywood vibe where, oh, look, everyone's wearing orange. Oh, orange is the new black. Ooh. No.
No.
Oh my God. Okay, your turn.
Nope.
No.
Pass.
No? Oh, God's sake.
Oh. I do not consent.
You are here of your own volition, sir.
I can leave of my own volition too if I so choose, but
True.
I'm here for your entertainment and my friends
and
in the chat.
It would create a beautiful internet scandal if you just walked out.
Wouldn't it though?
Yeah. I know. You may have to do that sometime just for ratings. I don't know.
Don't give me ideas.
Don't give you ideas. What are you eating? It looks chewy.
It is Seattle waterfront sourdough bread.
Oh, stop it.
And it's cheese
I do like
infused.
my sourdough. Oh, and it's got cheesy bits. Oh, stop. I'm going to get hungry.
Because they didn't have any of the jalapeno edition in stock. So I had to settle.
Oh, well, you can keep that one. I'll take the sourdough cheesiness. Yeah. All right, here's the next one because Jeep Daddy's stuffing his face with sourdough cheesy bread. I'm not sharing.
This is my version of popcorn. Just
that's
keep going.
dangerous. Oh, God, that would get me into lots of trouble. During a 4-hour and 35-minute public live stream dedicated to petitioner titled 0284AZVLO and Rachel Mitchell Moment, respondent described his physical proximity to petitioner in a manner that would cause a reasonable person, you are not a reasonable person, Laura Owens, to fear stalking and escalation. Respondent did not merely state that he attended a public court proceeding. Instead, I'm going to read fast because I'm tired of this already.
That's why you wanted me to read it, is because you're already exhausted.
I know. See, my voice is going to go in the next 10 minutes. Instead, he repeatedly emphasized how physically close he was to petitioner, framed that proximity as a form of exclusive access. She wants there to be exclusive access. She so desperately wants to monetize herself that way, in my opinion, and pivoted into sexualized fixation once that closeness was established. He does not want you, Laura. Stop it. He does not want you. I pity the man who does, and that's my opinion as well.
I think that might be David the dipshit, though.
He might. I don't know.
He certainly seems to be
awfully
ever
close to the
present in
situation.
all of this, and just can't seem to pull himself away from any of it. So I don't know. Maybe he's pregnant with twins. I don't know.
I've got some more theories about him and how he came to be into this. I'm not going to discuss him tonight because that'll just digress me further. Respondent stated, Quote, I've actually stood next to her, stood near her, stood in the gallery, not 5 feet away from her. You all don't have that pleasure. She's right there, end quote. Or is the proper phrase close quote? That might be a Utah thing. This statement does not simply describe lawful attendance at a court. Yeah, well, I mean, he's there lawfully. There's bailiffs to handle any problems. If something were to happen, there's mechanisms. Respondent highlights distance, proximity, and visual access. Well, it's a public space. Tough shit. And frames that access as a privilege unavailable to others. So what? Who cares? If I really wanted to be there, I would be there too, but I'm not going to waste the airfare. You're not worth it, Laura. You will be when you're being criminally tried, so I will be there for that one.
Yes.
Other people have said so as well. That's just too bad. This is a public case. It's one that's become very high profile. And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I see more and more names attaching themselves and talking about it. It's growing. The movement is growing, talking about Laura Owens and her stupidity.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey. God, she's good.
That's still that is still one of the best like synopsis. Yeah, that was great.
This language reflects fixation rather than neutral observation. It doesn't have to be neutral. He's not going to be blurting out in court. I mean, anyone who's intelligent is going to conduct themselves with proper decorum in court. That doesn't mean it's passive. It's not a requirement. It doesn't mean it's neutral. You're just in attendance. The only way that changes if you are a plaintiff or defendant, in which case, well, you may not want to be there in any case. Wild. Immediately after, respondent pivoted into sexualized and degrading assertions, stating, and she blew Clayton twice. She wrote all those text messages. The sequencing is critical. Well, that's on the record. She blew Clayton twice. This is not up for debate. That's on a court record.
That's on the record.
A court found that, I mean, and she was not found pregnant as a matter of law. And she was found to be... This is why we're here. Laura, don't you get this? Is there something in that thick skull that prevents reality from seeping in?
It's all the space between the 2 or 3 little peas that are kind of bouncing around inside of that empty
Oh, Rob's
head.
here. Hey, Rob. And Rob says, hey there, please
Hi.
remember this is only accusations from the plaintiff. Thanks for streaming. God bless. Well, God bless you too, sir. And fight the good fight. I mean,
all the best.
You had to say that, didn't you?
I did.
Ouch. Ouch. All the best, all the best, all the very, very
All the
best, my
best.
good Fox. Yeah, well, Rob gets his
I
day
didn't
in
know
court.
that.
I mean, this is protected stuff. Rob gets to defend himself from Laura's insane accusations.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it is my opinion that Rob will be victorious. So
that is my crystal ball prediction as well. But
yeah. Again, I don't say that as anyone with knowledge. It's just my opinion that Rob will be successful in defending himself against Laura.
Stop talking over me. Don't be aggressive.
Oh, sorry.
My God.
I just wanted to give...
I'm oppressed again.
I have to give them reasons to complain in the comments.
Yeah, well.
You're still talking over him.
Oh my God,
he's
talking over him.
Shut up. Shut up and let Jeep Daddy talk and run the show. It should be his show, not yours.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeep Daddy has his own channel. He can do that however he wants.
I do. And it's no longer tumbleweeds. And thank you all for that have come over and liked and subscribed to the videos. There's a couple more that I have recently posted, including a Jeep Daddy rant ahead of one of them. So come along, leave a like, subscribe. I'm nowhere near Echoes' state. I'm totally writing his coattails. I give zero fucks about it, but like, yeah, there's a couple of those. There might be more Jeep Daddy rants in the future.
Maybe. And I'm just a hack. I'm just a hack with a loud mouth and opinion who has no problem talking about Laura Owens.
Yeah. But anyway, yes. Rob, all the best. I seriously.
And he means that not in the Laura Owens way too.
I don't mean it. I don't mean it in that tone. I seriously, like, in my less than humble opinion, this is all like absolute nonsense and word soup.
This is of the same order as the accusations she made about Mike Maricini, in my opinion.
Yeah. This is all stupid.
It's a bunch of fantasized crap.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of fantasized crap recrafted to turn it into something that it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure that Rob's counsel will guide him in everything they need to do. So.
Yep. Thoroughly agree with that.
Yep. Where were we? She has the audacity to stand. I've lost my spot.
Yeah, I don't know where you were.
Fixation proximity. Oh, yeah. Statement functions as an assertion of intimate knowledge and sexual entitlement.
Oh, sexual entitlement. All right.
What?
All right.
What sort of weird fetish is this? This is like, is this how she flirts with people?
Oh my God, that makes me look like
standing close to me. That's sexual entitlement. He wants me. He wants me. Oh my God.
Makes me seem like a patron saint when it comes to certain twinks that we shall not name on this channel.
Yeah, never mind. Let's not get too meta. The statement functions as a... Okay, read that one. Respondent then expressed anger that petitioner was exercising her legal rights. What? Stating she has the audacity to be standing in this courtroom and not yell, I'm guilty, take me away in chains. Well, he can have the opinion that you are guilty.
Yeah.
It's my opinion you are guilty too, based upon the evidence and the facts that I have seen throughout this entire ordeal. This epic saga from Insanityville. I believe she's guilty. It is my belief, and it is my protected, under the First Amendment of the Constitution, belief to be able to express that belief. So go fuck yourself, Flora.
And
other people can express those beliefs as well.
Yeah, and it's not as though Echoes or myself or many of us in the chat right now are going to be called as jurors in Arizona. I mean, I don't know where everybody lives, but like, that's not a thing. Like, so we're entitled to our opinions, and it's not poisoning the fucking jury pool. Like, we're allowed to analyze.
She's trying to
make her opinions. Well, yes, she's absolutely trying to, but that's going to fail.
That's not going to work.
Epically.
That's not going to work.
Nope, not at all.
I promise there's plenty enough people who will be a fair and impartial jury. I'm very confident. Very confident. Because even the most high profile case, even more than Laura Owens. I mean, we could take OJ for example.
Yeah, if OJ, like that, that's exactly where my
I'm sorry. It was the first thing where my mind went.
Yeah. And the same thing with the Orange Menace. They were able to find enough people in New York, and he was eventually convicted on 34 or 37 counts. Over 30 counts.
One or the other. I forget. Doesn't matter.
Over 30 counts. Like, there are people they can find to render a proper and unbiased verdict.
Yeah. Although, someone's certain website, oh, Justice for Laura. Oh, listen to my story. Don't listen to any of them. Yeah. I wouldn't. Not as a criminal defendant. I wouldn't do that.
Fuck no.
When you're admitting in print, both on your Justice for Laura website and Medium blogs on medium.com, the Medium articles, and you're continuing to double down, rather than assert your right to remain silent, you're only making it worse for you. You're only making it worse.
Should shut your fucking yap.
If you had any sense, you would be quiet. But because she's such a controlling, abusive narcissist, she can't do it. It's impulse control.
Same with her mom.
Well, her mom, like I've said, like mother, like daughter.
Yeah.
The apple has not fallen far from the tree, in my opinion.
Not at all. Same. My opinion. Anyway.
And I echo other people's comments that they've made publicly on Twitter or Twitter X, whatever it's called.
Whatever.
Wondering why there are not charges for the accomplice yet. I think that's a valid question.
I think it's coming.
I have reasons to believe it could be coming as well.
Yeah. I speculate, I guess, I don't know. don't come at me, but
Yeah,
also I don't give
we
a
can
shit.
have our beliefs. We can have our
Yeah.
reasons to believe that that could happen. I've seen enough that convinces me that mom is complicit. Others have said so as well.
I mean, that
Thank
investigation
you,
report
Snow.
certainly, yeah,
It's always going to be Twitter. Thank you for
yes,
that.
it
I
is.
can't. I mean,
Dead,
I've been
like,
around too long for it not to be.
and fuck Elon or Elmo the Musk and dead name the shit out of that site because fuck that guy.
Yeah. Let's see. This reflects a core. Should I just quit
Can
now
you
and let's just play some
can you
games?
really can you really finish this nonsense? This
I
is
don't
like,
know.
how
I don't
much more of
know.
this crap is there?
A few more pages.
Jesus
Oh, she has
Christ!
the
You should have
dusty
had
Hispanic courtroom
ChatGPT
gives me
summarize
idea.
this
I
crap.
know. I probably should have. Maybe that would have been the
God
smarter move
damn.
tonight. Maybe it would have. Okay, I'll extend my hand. This reflects a coercive mindset in which petitioners' dignity and legal rights provoke hostility.
Oh my
I'm the victim.
God!
I'm the victim.
No,
The victim
no.
narrative is just insane here.
Yeah.
Respondent immediately layered sexualized vocalizations onto this punishment. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is my favorite part.
Oh,
Rhetoric
okay.
stating, "Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, right? What was that thing? Oh, baby, baby. Yeah. I'm remembering. What is that from?
That's well, that was a thing that we did in the music project that we're both involved in.
No. This is a video clip. And it's it's old. It's gonna date me. Okay, I'm not gonna remember. I've got it as a video clip, and it's just like punk rockers going, "Oh, baby, baby, yeah." It's very 80s punky. If I think of it, I'm gonna have to.
Oh, I
dig
thought that was
up.
like one of the. I thought that was one of the arrangements that our friend BG,
Yeah, well,
BC put
there's
together,
pieces of
and
that, but yeah, of Britney Spears, but
yeah, oh yeah,
is that
that's
what you're
right.
thinking?
That's who that was.
That's what you're
Yeah,
thinking.
that's exactly
No.
right.
This
Yeah,
is entirely
yeah.
something else. Entirely something else. This is some old video clip, and it was used to like interject every time. Oh, baby, baby, yeah. Oh, it's some movie or something. I'm getting old. Middle age
don't
is setting in
remember.
where I can't remember where I'm getting these memories from, but I have it. It's
Middle
firmly
age and
ingrained.
apparently dementia is setting in for me because I can't remember where that was. Whatever. Like maybe this will be the Jeep Daddy Goes Crazy channel at some point.
I'll search for it on the YouTubes because if it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be there.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, let's see. Bruce has said they can't charge Jan until they solve all the Diddy Gilgo Beach Craig hack rabbit hole. Fair point, Bruce. Touche.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna have to find out who did it. Diddle Diddy. I don't know. Okay, that's a joke. That's a joke.
Diddledy hootie. Oh my God, you're canceled again.
I've been canceled so many times. How am I still here?
Look, 3 times
These
this very live video, you've been canceled 3 times.
At least. Are we still on?
Okay. I don't know.
Okay, no, we haven't been canceled off the thing yet. I haven't checked the stream, all stream, so.
And my other channel has been watching, and you're not.
Okay.
We're still broadcasting, so we're still live.
Okay, we haven't
for
been
now.
pulled yet. These remarks are not commentary or opinion. They are sexual vocalizations delivered directly after respondent references restraint, chains, and physical closeness. She wishes. The juxtaposition, she wants someone to be here close to her, in my opinion. The cancellations are ongoing. Yes, they are. Just like the HCG tests. No, those are the RavGen tests. Sorry, Bruce. God. What am I going to do? I need to stop this shit and just play some games for the next 5 hours. It's going to be late. The juxtaposition of punishment, proximity, and sexualization heightens the threatening nature of conduct. Respondent then explicitly acknowledged that these thoughts arose because he had seen petitioner in person, stating, "I say all these things because they also cross my mind because I've seen her in person, right?" End quote. This admission is significant. It's not an admission. Oh, fuck me. Respondent directly links physical proximity to the generation of sexualized and coercive thoughts, demonstrating the closeness escalates his fixation. I think we know who's fixated. It's not him. Yeah. Respondent continued by discussing court attendance, custody scenarios, and real-world travel, again tying physical proximity to sexual fantasy. Quick. Respondent stated, "Unless I punch somebody in the face and the police are calling, they take me to jail, then I could be arraigned at the same time? What? Did I read that right? Unless I
Wait,
punch somebody in the face and the police are
what?
calling, they take me to jail, then I could be arraigned at the same time. That makes no sense. Okay, I can't dwell on it. It's driving me crazy.
I don't know. My brain just threw
understand.
I just threw an exception, but yeah, please continue.
Yeah, a red card got thrown on the field there for me.
Yep.
He then added, wow, that would be almost as good as flying on an airplane to California, seated near her, if not next to her. What? Respondent concluded, bet she would let me join the Mile High Club. God. Oh, God.
Oh my God. What?
Oh, God. This is getting icky. I wasn't there. I don't know. I wasn't there. Respondent further escalated by expressing a desire to remove petitioner from society. Oh, God. Oh, for a second, I thought we were talking about clothing. Oh.
Oh. Ew.
Oh.
What?
Okay. I almost gave myself a heart test. Yikes. Okay. I thought this was going to get worse. Okay, I admit I wasn't paying total attention last night when they were reading it. I was having some fun in chat. I wasn't necessarily listening. Sorry, everybody. Respondent first. We don't want to leave.
Friends, like, we're just here to be two snarky gay bitches. Like
This
the
is a
intro
pair of snarky
says.
gay bitches.
Like, yeah, we're just here to roast all the things and set the world on fire. So whatever.
Sure. I'll go ahead. Plus, we don't want to leave her out there in the world for too much longer, right? End quote. Respondent compounded this conduct by making false statements of fact, accusing petitioner of additional criminal conduct unrelated to any adjudicated finding. Respondent stated, you're right, normal people have no assets, but she has given Clayton arts and crafts financial statements more fraud charges. This assertion is false. Petitioner did not provide nor is charged with providing fraudulent financial statements to Clayton Eckert. My opinion of that is yet. The alleged bankruptcy has not concluded. And Clayton Eckert's representation via Marcus Rasinger of Woodnick Law questioned her at a hearing, at the bankruptcy hearing for her. They asked very specific questions for very specific reasons, and it would seem to me, based on what I've observed in that video, that she doesn't have a clue why those questions were asked. The clue phone is not ringing in her head, in my opinion. Respondent presented this allegation as fact in opinion and falsely imputing. Really? Where did we get that word? Imputing criminal conduct and additional charges. This constitutes reputational harm. What reputation? What? What's left? What is there? Other than horses, maybe. And even then, I'm not so sure.
It's sawdust on the ground of the stable. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, it's the mucky stall waiting to be mucked, I think.
The stall needs to be shoveled. Yeah.
It really the stalls of Laura Owens' mind need to be mucked. There we go. I've got one. That works.
This needs to be a play. Okay, you need to come up with an arrangement of windmills of my mind and turn this into
the horse stalls of Laura Owens'
the
mind.
whole
That's good.
That's where this needs to go.
I don't have time.
Yeah,
I don't have time.
No, you'll make
there
time.
There needs to be a new song, though. Okay.
Yeah, oh my God.
Can you send me that as a note? We need a new song.
Fuck. Oh, God.
The mucky horse stalls of Laura Owens' mind. I'll workshop that a wee bit.
Yes, we have to. Oh my God.
Oh,
see, folks, this is why you stick with us through the 2 hour
Eventually,
mark.
we have a moment.
We have a moment, and we crack each other up, and
That's
we have brilliant fucking ideas. The stalls of Laura Owens' mind.
Oh, damn. Damn. Oh, Lord in heaven.
Oh, Jesus, I'm going to give myself a fucking heart attack. Okay.
Don't do that, please.
Okay. No,
I don't want to have to call a wellness check on you.
Yeah, please. Yeah,
I've never had to do that to anyone yet. Let's not have you be the first, please.
Jesus, fuck. This is
I worry that the first wellness check I'm going to have to do is going to be on the boss. I really do. It's like, no, let's not do that,
Look,
please. I
just
don't need that
start
kind of
like
heart test.
no, just yeah, like it's not fun. Having had to do that twice with two different people, and the output was not pleasant. Okay, cannot
No,
recommend. That's not a
definitely not.
thing. So yeah, don't. Yeah, okay. Whatever. I will not digress into that.
This constitutes reputational harm and further demonstrates respondent's willingness to invent wrongdoing to justify his hostility, fixation, and punishment narratives. Emphasis added. Oh, God, that was good. Okay, you are writing that down, right? You are, right?
I
right?
should,
I need
because
that
my
for
poor
later.
ADHD brain isn't going to remember it. But I
No,
will
do it
write
now.
it down.
Do it now.
I know.
I'm reading. Do it now.
Yeah.
Respondent may argue that his conduct was may argue. So now she's offering his defenses. What a stupid bitch. Respondent may we're trying to offer his defenses so that she can preemptively knock them down. What a nonsensical thing to do. Respondent may argue that his conduct was protected commentary as a content creator discussing public court proceedings. Well, that's what he's doing. However, the fact that a forum is public does not immunize targeted harassment. There's no targeted harassment. He has never spoken with you. Jesus. At least as far as I know. Again, I wasn't there. I don't know everything everybody does. Speech loses constitutional protection. Objection, relevance, and assumes facts not in evidence, and draws for legal conclusion. At a loss for words. Speech loses constitutional protection when a specific individual and in context would cause a reasonable person, you're not a reasonable person, to fear intimidation or escalation. Here, a respondent did not merely comment on court proceedings. He fixated on petitioner's physical proximity, sexualized her presence, and tied real-world access to sexual and coercive fantasies, conduct that serves no legitimate purpose and meets statutory grounds for injunction against harassment.
Was somebody paid by the word to write all this bullshit? Because
Someone
Jesus
had to.
Fucking Christ.
No, I don't know.
Like, again, what is the color of the sky in her world? Please, somebody fucking tell me. This is nutso. This is all of this. Oh my God. Threats of physical violence triggered by court recognized. What? Who the fuck? Who comes up with that? Who comes up with it?
Patty, we need a "this isn't to you, Laura" disclaimer before you do your creative insult, just to be safe. Duly noted. People make parody songs about people indicted for crimes frequently.
Yeah,
I see them all over social media.
Weird Al Yankovic. Weird Al is a case study of that.
Prime example.
Yeah,
prime example. She would be stupid in more ways than stupid can explain to try and go after someone for using proper satire, parody, and whatever else that would actually apply, depending on how it's constructed. And when if it were to turn out that she's guilty, there's definitely no defensive posture that needs to be taken because it's free speech. So, the system, and let me, again, because I'm not a legal practitioner, let me also state that the system, that being the judicial system, states that Laura is guilty until proven innocent. But is my opinion, and it again is my First Amendment protected privilege to say that, it is my opinion that she will be found guilty of those things. Or whatever they decide to actually carry forth in trial. That's my opinion. Based on the evidence and facts that I have seen. And I've been following this case for a long time. Since the beginning. Not originally commenting it for about the first year, but certainly at the time of the Owens v. Eckert trial and thereafter. Because I was on vacation. I would have started during the trial, but I was on vacation. I was out in the middle of nowhere where there was no internet, anything. It was great. It's good to unplug once in a while, folks.
I
go hug a tree.
Where I took this photo, there was no internet. Okay, none. It's the beauty of owning a Jeep and getting off the grid.
What the hell?
Did something
it's
fall?
it's a cheap light. It just turned itself up and changed colors. You know what? Hell with it. I'm not that pretty. I'll turn the light off. It just changed modes. I don't even know how. It's done that to me once or twice before. I need real lights. I need to go spend some money at El Gato or something. Should I keep going?
You do you. I'm just here for the ride.
How much of this bullshit is left? Oh
God
it goes
damn,
on
there's a
for
lot.
pages.
No, we can't.
How
do
about we
that,
skip
right?
to the end? If you want the full blow by blow, folks, may I kindly direct you to the amazing Lauren Nighty.
We're just
and,
here for
on her-
entertainment and purposes. Like, we're not here to drain slides. We're just here to
I'm over it.
just.
You get the gist.
Yeah.
She's accusing him of everything. She's plucked out all kinds of videos, claiming all kinds of things. It's a shit show, if I may be so bold. We don't need to do the entire blow by blow because I'm over it.
TLDR, it's a shit show.
It's a shit show.
Well, doy.
Well, duh. Let's end on the last one, and then I'm over it, and then maybe I'll play some games. Do I dare play games on a stream?
You do whatever you want to do. I'm here.
I'm
to
gonna at the end of
drink
this, at least for a single run. I need to cleanse my palate after this foul tasting crap.
That's why I have
Foul
my
tasting
water.
crap that Laura Owens has generated yet again.
The horse manure we need to shovel out.
Stop. Save it for later. Okay, this is the last entry.
Fine.
Or maybe it's
Whatever,
technically
okay,
the
whatever.
first. She doesn't do it chronologically. It's a shit show, and I keep hitting the wrong. I need to change the buttons on my mouse. My center wheel button is just getting into all kinds
It's
of
just
trouble.
left click and right click. Why can't you function a mouse?
Maybe she did, Batty. No, I think more. It's my opinion is this. My opinion is this. She goes into manic modes. She needs a target. She found someone that she could target, who happens to be, targetable because, same state at least. And she thought if she were to be successful, she could shut him up and reduce the amount of information flow that comes out of the court system. Because again, Rob has been very instrumental and, dare I say, almost single-handedly. I know he's not the only one. There's others. But he's been very instrumental in getting court documents. The second he sees something on the document, he posted a video the other day. Rob hustles his I don't think he's short. I was going to say his little legs down there, but I don't think he's little. I think he's quite tall. At least that's my assumption. He gets himself down there. He picks up the documents and he shares them, and he'll talk about it, and then other people talk about it. And he's been very instrumental in getting publicly accessible court information. So Rob has kind of been a hero, really, to a lot of this, just having the time to stay on top of it all. I don't. I'm not going to go to Arizona to get all this stuff. It's not going to happen. It's too far. And this is not to quote Laura Owens, fucking monetized channel. So how would I pay for it? I've got a job to work, unfortunately. I don't get to sit around in my soft pants eating bonbons and sourdough bread and call it work.
I don't eat bonbons, you bitch. I've not said that I do that.
What?
Stop.
You don't like bonbons?
I don't sit and eat them.
Oh, well, I don't think I'm allowed. Well, maybe I could have one or two. I'd have to look at the numbers. Here's the last
I'm
one.
going to reiterate. I don't like you. But
You're being held against your will. Yeah, I know. We've heard this before.
Yeah, whatever.
Sing us a new tune. He's over it too.
The windmills
He's
of my
over it, too.
mind, the stalls of Laura's brain. Okay.
Oh, now I've got what's that other one? It's from a Disney show. Go tick tock, go flip. Oh, it was a stupid kids show. Oh, you're just spawning all kinds of regressive memories in my head.
There's
This is
stupid
bad.
kid shows in Disney all around. But yeah, anyway. Yeah. Thank you. Peggy Bundy vibes. 1000%. Thank you. That's exactly right. Yeah. No.
Can I read the one before that? Rob says, use my time to gather public information. Oh, married with children. Okay.
Yeah.
Rob says, I use my time to gather public information to share with everyone to keep them informed. As you know, there's a lot of interest around the criminal case. I would think that most people see that. Well, we know Laura doesn't, and she doesn't want people to see it. Laura wants it to be a hush-hush private affair, but That's not the way the judicial system works, Laura. Figure it out. Save us from insanity. Rob got mother against... Oh, that's right. Rob had some interest from Mad about David Gingras and his DUI case. I remember seeing that somewhere. Let's see, to listen or not. We can decide what we'd like to say in relation to any subject thanks to free speech, and we can decide what feels like too much personally. Appreciate Echoes for staying true to him. Yeah, and like I said, I've got nothing against Rob. And I feel bad that he's been the latest direct target with all the missiles from the Owens compound and casita. It's just stupid. And again, I believe it's my belief Rob will be victorious, and this will be a little bit of a speed bump. A number of people have had them at Laura's wrath. Lauren, Dave, who else? Ducky. I mean, I have sort of tangentially with David Gingras mentioning my channel, but whatever. Yeah, there have been others. Liz Neptune. There have been a number of people that Laura has targeted for not giving in to her. Because that's what she expects. I mean, she's... the level of psychotic entitlement she thinks she enjoys is just... It's I don't know.
Narcissistic,
I would love
entitled...
Class A narcissist.
All of it, yeah.
And probably cluster B. And, you know, like I've said, a host of secret herbs and spices inside her head. Do I believe they're all disabilities? No, I don't. Do I believe that they're all... anxiety and autism and all the other things she lists? No, I don't. That's my belief. That's my belief. And so far, I believe the evidence corroborates that. Mm-hmm. If that were be to proven otherwise, I'm also entitled to change my position. So, you know, I'm not so regimented in my belief that new evidence cannot change my position.
Yeah.
But so far...
But it has to be evidence.
Yeah, not just claims.
Not ramblings of... word vomit in a claim somewhere. It's got to actually be, no, this is what actually happened, and here's the receipts. But she doesn't have that. All she's got is just going after people and being like, you said mean things about me. Okay.
And really, that's what this distills into. Is that, people are talking about me. They're calling me names. They're saying things I don't like. Tough shit.
Yeah.
That's the First Amendment, bitch.
You brought this on yourself.
If you don't want to be talked about and you don't want your life scrutinized, especially the alleged criminal aspects, don't do it. You had every chance, multiple chances, in fact, to not file cases, to not file restraining order renewals, to not carry on the shit. And you blame Clayton Echard for not just dropping it. You haven't dropped it either. You have to keep perpetuating this crap that the state claims you have done.
Yeah. This is all you're doing. This entire document, all of these words, all of this nonsense, this is entirely your doing.
You reached out to the Sun. You started this. You decided to pressure Clayton Echard into giving into your demands and dating you. That you would threaten him by going to the Sun, which you did. And then you came up with this whole ritual cockamamie scheme of, now I'm pregnant. Oh, I'm pregnant with your twins. Oh, look, I mean, HCG from me getting injections from a med spa that offers HCG injections for weight loss, ostensibly. Somehow made you think that... Go ahead.
Is this where I've gone wrong with dating? All the... Yeah. You're oppressing me again. Tylenol. Stop.
No.
Stop.
No, I'm responding to a comment. This is not oppression. I do need some aspirin or Tylenol now. You're right. You're very right, Rob. This is
you're very right.
Me a headache.
Yeah. But the thing is, I don't even know what I was going to say. Is this? You signed up for all this shit. This is your own doing. Laura, God.
Your parents never told you no.
No, you did.
And you don't have the good sense to figure out.
She's a trophy. She's one of those trophy people kids.
Participation trophy kids?
I get a perfect thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Give me praise and nothing but praise. Don't ever tell me no, because I'm going to do it anyhow. That's what gets you
apparently
on
I've
the wrong.
been, and apparently I've been doing this whole dating thing wrong.
Yeah,
I
so you
should
got
present
offers
them
in
a
chat already.
Apparently I need to
See?
provide a contract.
Is that an offer? Yeah, you just need to write a dating contract.
With respect, I require certain plumbing as a certified gay. No disrespect, no shade on all the things. Um, I'm flattered, thoroughly flattered. Um, but maybe I need to edit all of my profiles to say like I have a dating contract and this is what you need before we go on a first date or a happy hour or whatever. You need to sign this contract, ironclad, notarized, blah, and then we can go and have a drink.
Sure.
I've been approaching this all wrong.
Sure.
Apparently.
Yes, you have. You need to just threaten and coerce people with litigation if they don't agree to date you.
Exactly.
And then if you don't get that, you need to accuse them of making you pregnant.
Yeah, and then I'm going to be pregnant with throat twins.
Tonsil twins. I don't even want to read the last one now. I'm done. I'm over it. I am. I'm over this.
We thoroughly exhausted echoes here this evening. That's
I'm spent.
delightful.
And I'm such a completionist now. I feel sort of deflated, but God help me. The insanity of this woman just. I look forward to her trial. This is probably about all I should say.
What I'll do here, I will say, I'm just going to read the last sentence.
Go if it sums it up, by all means, please.
This was not incidental commentary. It was a deliberate use of petitioner's likeness for monetized sexual humiliation.
What?
Yeah.
What? What the hell does that even mean? It's if it were revenge porn, we'd just say that, but it's not because there hasn't been. It's like what the.
Yeah.
We're inventing things that don't exist. That's how desperate we are.
Yeah. This is
oh my God.
Okay, this is why, and you said this earlier in
I need
this
some
conversation. Okay, we have thoroughly broken poor echoes, and it is a thing. This is why I am convinced that eventually she's going to approach for a settlement because she's going to try and get the best deal out of this whole thing that she possibly can.
What?
Sorry, Rob said it in chat, and I just remember I had a button. I do have some buttons.
But I just think she's going to get herself backed into such a corner that she can't escape, and that's the moment in which she's going to plead for some kind of deal to back out of all of this. And I just don't see it.
I think it's I think it's not what's the word? I think that's going to be an offer that expires at some point. I don't think she's going to be able to walk into a trial with a jury sitting there and say, "Oh, well, now I want a plea deal." I don't think the judge is going to take too kindly to that.
No, they won't.
Again, I don't practice law. That's my opinion.
Flaw.
But from what I've seen,
flaw in her poor little stupid brain is that she thinks she can do that, and it's well beyond the point of being able to do an agreement like that.
Yeah. Once they have impounded a jury, they don't like that kind of shenanigans. They really don't.
No.
And I don't think the prosecution would take too kindly to that either. And if there were a plea to be offered, which as far as I'm aware, again, I'm not aware of one. There hasn't been anything announced that I'm aware of. I don't know. I don't think they're going to give her just a slap on the wrist plea if they were to offer one. I really don't. I could be wrong. No. I could be surprised. Say, oh, well, since you're a first-time offender of being a fraudulent, crazy person, we'll just give you no, because then she'll go out and reoffend, and we'll be back here all over again. And it'll be worse than before. This is as Rachel Juarez of the Emmy Award-winning Hot Bench has said, one of the goals of the judicial system is also deterrence. So
theoretically.
Rachel Mitchell, having gone through all of this and her office having been successful in coming up with 14 felony charges. I don't think any of us saw that many coming, just to recap and reminisce a little bit. I don't think anyone could have expected there would have been that many, but they found enough to do that much, and they may even find more, depending on some variables that I'm not going to divulge right now, because I'm waiting for some things to conclude. So I could see an avenue for more. Again, as I've said before, I think there's an avenue for some federal charges, depending on how some things go. We'll have to wait and see. That's not a promise. That's not a threat. That's just a statement of observation. We'll have to wait and see what happens and what unfolds. But we'll certainly be here to talk about it when it does. And or if. I mean, nothing is ever certain, right? Nothing is ever 100%. Ever.
No, never. Nothing.
I don't
in
like
life
to
is
live in the
100%.
Sith world of absolutes. It's not logical. Because human beings are not 100% logical.
Echoes and I were raised in a world in which absolutes were mandated, and exiting that we've come to realize that is not at all how the world works.
Oh, and Robert says the next CCMC is scheduled for February 25. Oh, how nice.
Okay.
And I'm sure that, if at all possible, Rob will be there, as the public is wont to do. And Rob is a member of the public.
Yeah, he's still welcome. As far as I know, he's still welcome.
Anybody
to show
else?
up and...
Because it is a public space, the judicial system, as I said before, is a public forum. Anyone is entitled, I hate using that word, is entitled to be there as a member of the public, regardless of who the case is for or about. That is your right as the public to be able to attend court hearings.
I don't know. Maybe I'll show up with my Jeep and a flask.
You might need 2 flasks. In fact, you might need the entire 5-gallon Jeep jug of gasoline-sized beverage.
I know. You bring a jerry can inside the fucking courtroom.
What it is. That's the word.
And have a straw and just.
You've got your Jeep jerry can full of moonshine in Arizona, swigging on it like a camelback.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
That's not water.
You might have lots of friends though. You might make Dave Neal's scones and breadsticks coffee tailgating look like a picnic. You'll be the Margaritaville.
Yeah. let's fucking go. Okay, let's do it.
Oh my God. Oh, you might make really good friends with Megan Fox in that case too.
And this is the moment when, instead of Echoes capturing me and holding me hostage in these live streams and torturing me with reading this bullshit, where I capture him and interstate traffic him down to Arizona and
I wouldn't use those words.
Captive.
I wouldn't use those words. I wouldn't use those words.
But
you have. I know.
I have.
Okay, you do you.
Fucking again. Fucking come at me. I have so few fucks to give right now. It's fine. We're gonna make this happen. It's all right.
Oh.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay. I need to stop this thing. I've had enough. My head hurts. I've had enough. I thought it would be fine. I thought it would be fine getting through this nonsense. I made it through all the Mike Maricini nonsense. I mean, it took me a few goes, but I did it. But oh my God, this is painful.
Okay. So, okay.
And I hope
Echoes is so close to 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, damn close.
Look, there's a lot of people who
distance.
watch this. It doesn't cost you a thing to mash that subscribe button and hit the like button. Okay.
Yeah. And you're even getting lunch offers already. See, I told you everybody likes you more.
Done. Let's go.
Jeep Daddy likes doing lunch. I can vouch for that.
Lunch, brunch, happy hour.
And if he's not buying, he's even more there.
Why do you have to say shit like that? Why do you have to say?
I'm just throwing fuel on the fire, I suppose.
You shady bitch.
Well, it is kind of dark here. Now my light's doing weird things. Oh, it's probably
Yeah, your
dying.
light is kind of weird, whatever.
They weren't cheap
But
either, damn Amazon.
well, that's what you get for buying cheap shit. But anyway, seriously, like and subscribe if you haven't already, which I'm sure a majority of you have because you're here. And I personally, as a regular guest and contributor to this nonsense, I really enjoy seeing all the familiar names in the chat. I'm sure you're subscribed, but if you haven't, it's totally free. Push the little fucking button. Okay, it's easy.
Oh, see, Trinity White or Trinity H says you didn't read the part where she counted how many F words he said. Did I skip over some? I probably did.
There's a lot of things that were skipped over. We got tired.
Yeah, we're at 2.5 hours. I'm over it.
How many?
She
how
talks
many
about her
efforts did I
physical
put out?
status, and she talks about her parents' status and their health issues. It's the same stuff. She talks about her HIPAA stuff.
Yep.
Did I hear something about the number of times that he said the F word 5 times? Well, clutch your pearls, girl. I mean, you may not like people saying the F word and directing it in your direction, but it's still protected speech. Sorry.
Yep.
If I find it, I might have to make a joke.
Fuck off.
35-year-old anorexic.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Bleeding heart pitch. I'm just reading some of the comments in here in the
I know.
forum.
Yeah. I know.
It's probably in here somewhere. It rings a vague bell from last night, but I don't remember. I don't want to go spend forever trying to find it. But yes, duly noted. She does point that out, I think, and a number of stupid other things, because she's weird that way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she got pregnant by... Oops, wrong one. Pregnant by the fucking Bachelor. Yeah, I need to clip that still, too.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
You need to bring a mega pint.
Yeah.
No, TXC does not need a motion to compel lunch. That's a David Jingers reference.
I feel like there's consent granted, and I would gladly, without hesitation, if there's a thing that ends up getting set up in Scottsdale or the greater Phoenix area, things could be arranged, and I would be more than happy to have a meetup with all of you. It's great. Let's do it.
This is going to be an epic attendance.
Yeah.
I hope the court is prepared for large attendance, because I believe, based upon the interest I've been seeing, that there's going to be a great deal of people wanting to attend this trial in person. Now, of course, it will be the usual theatrics, because it's Laura Owens of, I fear for my safety. All these people are coming. My life is being threatened. These are the excuses I'm sure, in my opinion, she will use. There's people coming here to scrutinize me while I'm being tried for crimes. You don't like it? Don't don't be indicted. Don't do anything that'll be
dumb
indicted.
shit. How about that?
Oh, that's very kind of you. Great consider. Thank you very much. Yeah. Ladies are not immune. Guys are not immune. Guys on guys are not immune. Ladies on ladies are not immune. All assorted other flavors are not immune. Assaults and attacks can happen to everybody. And while it's not been a stumbling block for me, I will never forgive the person that did that. And I've since learned, I'm regressing back to the beginning. I've since learned of this person's pattern of predatory behavior. And it's a wonder to me, given their history, why they have not been brought up on any charges. But because of the circumstances of their position and status in the industry I work in, I don't see that ever happening, of them actually being tried. Which is a pity, because I believe there are people who are still being subjugated to their predatory behavior. And I think because I'm aware of that, I think some of those people are some of my detractors. And they don't want that to get out. So that's my opinion on some of that.
Yeah,
I'm not unfamiliar.
Look in the back catalog of Echo's live streams where we unpack some of the...
We talk about my detractors.
About the detractors.
That's a whole thing on itself. I don't think I'd get too specific about what I suspect.
No,
because
it's not
still
terribly...
Still gathering information.
It's not terribly accusatory, but it's mostly about regaling your lived experience and the things you've seen. since your interaction with these folks and also the subsequent actions of these people beyond your direct interaction, plus also the threats that they potentially have towards the up and coming generations, as we'll say.
It's a problem. And strangely enough, the age categories fall into the same as Laura Owens. By and large, some of them are younger, which is even more terrifying.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting. It's disgusting to see people want to engage in what I believe, if it were to go to any sort of trial, could be criminal conduct.
Yeah.
I think there's enough there. Some of the legal advice I've pursued suggests there's enough there, but it's just like, well, how much do you want to spend to go after them? So it's like, well, you make choices.
Yeah. And what's the output of it, right? Of like, to your earlier comments about like them coming after me as an example, it's like, I'm fine to bring it, but like, how much juice can I squeeze out of that particular turnip or rock? And $1, maybe $2. So yeah, it is what it is. And
It is.
I will protect personally, I will protect my own rights and dignities and all of that. They can come after me. I'm very protective of Echoes as well. And we'll make
he's
sure
a good
that
friend.
that's
Despite the snarkiness, folks, he's a good friend.
indeed. And as is Echoes to me, like I've said before on this channel and on other lives, he is my family of choice, which sometimes is more important than the family you're born into. And I don't take that lightly.
He flatters me.
So
there you go.
And I get terribly protective. Yes. Group hugs.
There are a number of good humans, as you would say, in your chosen family.
Yes.
To your credit.
Yep.
To your credit.
So
he doesn't choose bad people. I can vouch for that.
It's truth. I'm too old for that shit, and I have no time to abide bad people in my life, so they can fuck off. And I'm going to surround myself with people that are worthy of said time.
Indeed. Oh,
even if they do torture me with this bullshit fucking lawyer nonsense of word vomit and make me read stuff that I just want to.
Just makes you feel icky all over.
Oh,
you're gonna have to take a shower.
I need to go take a shower. It's
I know.
gross.
It is. But these are gross people. At least that's my opinion of them. And it's a gross history that I believe has extended even before kids and mom and dad. Yeah. I think there's a lot of bad family systems history. I believe there could be some patterns of abuse that have been transferred. I don't say that as a statement of fact. It's just an observation because people like this aren't accidental, right?
Yeah, this is
I'm
all
not saying that
crafted.
for validation, but this is why phrases like "the apple doesn't fall far from the tree" exist, because cycles of conduct tend to be learned and behaviors tend to be transferred. This is why some parents want to make sure their kids end up like carbon copies of them, for example. And so they put them in certain school systems. We've talked about this stuff before. These are all cycles and patterns and systems. I don't want to get too therapist on you because I've had enough. I'm done.
Well, and I'll state for the record and reiterating that like that was part of my rearing of there was an expectation from some of my parental units about being a carbon copy of them and or exceeding what they did, and that resulted in a lot of toxicity and abuse and shame and all the things. It's real, folks. It absolutely is. And I'm grateful that I've been able to overcome and move past some of that. Of course, one of those abusers is long in the grave, like been in the grave for over a year at this point. I also own his truck, so he can fuck off. But
Last revenge.
Last revenges are deliciously sweet. But it's that yeah, it's a thing. It really is. And I'm so grateful that I've had whatever fortitude that I've had to be able to overcome that. As I'm proud of Echoes for his ability to overcome his adversities, um, different yet similar. And yeah, here we are, being able
Here we
to
are. And here we
be
are talking about people far
to, yeah.
more damaged than we could ever hope to be.
Oh my God. Makes me feel so good. It's like when I lived, there's a town in central Western Washington called Centralia and Chehalis. They're kind of two spots there. I'm gonna shit on a whole class of people here for a second, but I've had enough, bourbon at this point. I don't care.
Okay, just, measured, thoughtful.
Measured, thoughtful analysis of the current economical system. There was a point in time in my life when I couldn't barely scratch two nickels together. I was living at home with my parents at the time, um, living off the charity of others. And there were times in which we would be forced to go to the local Walmart and because it's all we could afford. But I swear to God, every time I walked in there, there was like, it was the, if you've never heard of People of Walmart, oh my God, this is like where it was filmed. And I could always feel a little bit better about myself walking into that store. And when Echoes drags me into this Laura Owens bullshit and nonsense, I feel a little bit better that corporate daddy and all that is not this. I'm not in this nonsense. And I just get to sit on the side and drink my drinks and enjoy the company of the chat. So yeah,
It validates a certain sense
it's
of
all
normalcy,
about
doesn't
perspective. It's all about the perspective and where you are, and yeah. So
it? Isn't that lovely? Let's see, a couple good thoughts here. And then I think we'll call it because I think I need a quick blueprints run for a palate cleanser before I call it a night, or I'm gonna go crazy. Oh, let's see. Oops, I scrolled too far. TX is saying, ask Rob. I've big thoughts on the whole psychology behind this behavior thought process. Yeah, I would love to have lunch with like Lauren and Bruce and Omar and Rob and some others and say, okay, we can't overly psychoanalyze on the air because, well, most of us aren't practitioners in that field.
yeah.
But I think most of us have a pretty good idea of what's going on. And we have to be mindful of how we say that for obvious reasons. But I'll bet a number of us would align on our observations. And again,
Hey, I'm just here
observations
opining
are
an
protected
opinion.
speech too.
I'm exercising my First Amendment right to comment on all things, and
Yeah.
that's all I'll say about that.
And South Florida Threader. The tongue is done too. The rest will follow. That's a quote to remember. People... I started off stumbling over it and I'm getting in the way at the end. It's bookends. It's fine. People like Laura Owens aren't accidental. Simple, powerful, factual. Yeah. I have my moments once in a while. They feel like they're fleeting as I get older, but that's what happens with middle age, I suppose. That's all right.
We're not as young
go back
as we
and
used
listen
to
from the
be.
beginning, by all means. You didn't make it till late. Well, I mean, we've been going for a while. It's time. It's time to call it.
We're close to the 3 hour
Most of us
mark,
can
but
compare it to our own experience, I assume. I would think.
yeah.
That was a
There's
loaded
all sorts
statement.
of parallels.
I am full of loaded statements. I guarantee.
Yes.
Oh,
Same.
okay.
1000% same.
And on that note, because I dare not read another word and I dare not say too much more, at risk of being stupid. And I do that all too easily.
Plug.
Okay, final plug for you.
Please be sure to like and subscribe to Echoes.
Oh, thank you.
Make the comments, all the things. Also, this is my channel, and there's one But more to come, maybe Jeep Daddy rants that are on that particular channel, plus ride with me's and adventures off into the lovely Pacific Northwest, gorgeous beauty that we have. Please forgive my video editing lack of
You'll
skills.
learn.
They will get better. I'll learn if I care to. Maybe I don't, but just come along for the ride. Please like and follow along. My channel is not about this lawyer shit. It's all about being out in the woods
You're
and
hugging trees.
offline, hugging trees, kissing the waterfalls, and climbing over rocks with my Jeep and hoping I don't tip it over. So, yeah, follow along. I'd love to have you there. If you're local, you're welcome to ride passenger, even though Echoes is too chicken shit to do so. But if
I
you're
know it'll
braver,
happen eventually.
if you're braver than Echoes, then come along. It's fine.
And you're so obsessed with your Jeeping that I'm sure at some point we'll see you with a 360 camera on that rig just because you can't stop.
At some point, you're
It's a
going to
habit.
understand why I'm so obsessed with my Jeeping.
Maybe.
You'll get,
Maybe.
you're going to figure it out.
I mean, I do like the waterfalls, but the bumping and the clumping and the...
It's not bad. That's why I air down my tires and disconnect my sway bar.
Yeah. I know it's fun. It's just there's things. There's things.
He's chicken shit, but
what's the matter, McFly? You chicken? Oh, see, I don't have chicken buttons either.
Yeah.
Oh well. All right, everybody. I've had enough. I'm calling it. I'm going to go play some Blueprints. If I were a jerk, I would keep streaming and just play Blueprints, but that's not fair to everybody else who was only here for Laura Owens and the latest craziness. But thanks again all for joining us, and of course to Jeep Daddy for being part of this insaneness, because he's just such a willing participant, despite his protestations to the contrary. And see, even his clock is saying, oh, there's a sad sort of clanging from the clock in the hall, and the bells in the steeple too. And up from the nursery, an absurd little bird is popping out to say cuckoo, cuckoo,
cuckoo. 10 times.
Regretfully,
it's 10 PM.
Say goodnight to you.
10 p.m. PST. Yeah, I need it singing, blah, 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 whatever.
A little Rodgers and Hammerstein to close it out. Not that I sing it very well anymore.
Yeah, it's fine.
That also comes with age and bad genetics, but I digress. All right, everybody. I'm calling it a night.
Lovely to see everybody.
Thanks for joining us. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.